Really is just made up of a side, not household names, but a side that's just willing to work.
Your selection, Peter Dacos.
Carlton.
Your selection, Kevin Bartlett.
Carlton.
Okay, I'm selecting St Kilda by a point here. The rest have gone for Collingwood. This is umpire Caulfield. In magnificent conditions, he rams that football into the rubber knob. It's a skew-if bounce. Knocked out by Vidovic, went to Burke of St Kilda. Stuart Lowe went up, punched away by Cully. Winmar versus Watson. Watson came through very hard over the top, but there's a free kick to Kelly in the gloves. It will go against Winmar. And Kelly in the bursting sunshine on the right half-back flank kicks the brand new Sheeran to the wing position. He'll be looking further down there for McGuan, but going up. Magnificent mark it was by David Grant of St Kilda. So Grant, sweeping off the wing position, comes to centre half forward again. Moncor spills into the mark. He can't get it. The hand pass is misdirected. Over the top, plenty of players. The hand pass came out from Nathan Burke. It went further. Bardsley picked it up and hand passed it further afield. Devonport to Harvey. Lockett! And Lockett came out in front of Pert, marked on the 50-metre line. Umpire Rowan Saws will bring the man Pert back on the mark, 48 metres. And Plugger has got it. It looks like a squash ball in his mammoth hands, this man Mountain. And Big Plugger, wide as a bag of wheat from 49 metres, puts it on its way for a point. Well, there was only a 15th in it, and the umpire had a good look, and it went the other side of the post for a behind. St Kilda, one behind, 1 point. Collingwood yet to score. Channel 7 scoreboard, Sam Newman.
Well, there's an unusual sight. That's called clustering. About 25 players at the kick-in, all just in a bunch in the middle, and then they just dispersed.
Right mark the kick-in, kicked it down the wing looking for Brown. The hand pass came out from Watson. It went further afield to Russell onto Hassel. What's his name? Hassel. And the football went over the boundary line and out of bounds. KB, Carlton, Richmond at Optus Oval.
Yes, Carlton's kicked a goal in the first 30 seconds, so they're 1 goal, 6 points. Richmond yet to score.
The ball centre wing out of side, spinning back into play.
And spinner did. Collingwood yet to get into the forward line, but Brown hand passes to Francis, and now they're on their way into the forward line. Target down there, Houlihan had the ball punched away. Ball hits the ground. Through comes Frawley, can't pick it up. It's 40 from the Collingwood goals. Now Frawley gets it. Nice hand pass out to Grant. Vidovic. Handballs to Keogh, kicks to the centre, should be a Saints mark. That's O'Brien a long way up the ground, gets rid of Woods, kicks long, Lockett's in good position, and Big Plugger's taken it, and you'd reckon he'd kick this. He's closer to goal than last time, right in front.
It was a top mark by a big man, wasn't it? He made good position there, Sammy.
Yeah, just took the words out of my mouth. That, for a man who would be conservatively 17 stone, that could be anything in the new language. A tremendous mark. He dived at that, grabbed it about a foot off the ground, and I tell you what, that's the second time. Not as bad this time, but Pert was 10 metres behind him the first time he took a mark, and not so bad then, but certainly giving him some latitude, Tony. And I noticed when they walked down, they didn't shake hands or even acknowledge each other at the start of the game.
Now, they've had some good battles in the past. Lockett has come out on top more often, and he would be a certainty to kick this in the betting, and I think they like it. So the Saints have drawn first blood here at Waverley Park. St Kilda 1-1-7, Collingwood yet to score. Their whole score coming from Plugger. That's on the Channel 7 scoreboard after just 3 minutes of play.
Around the grounds for Harry's Liquor Markets at Optus Oval, KB.
Well, Carlton lead by 6 points. 2 straight goals, 12 points. The Tigers 1 goal, 6.
Gary Bryce at Cardinia Park, Geelong.
At the 5-minute mark, Geelong have 1 goal to Darcy. Sydney yet to score.
Umpire Callaghan rams this football down. It shines in the afternoon light. Knocked out by Monkhorst. Went to Brown, a lightning hand pass. Mighty Mick McGuan on left boot here. They come down towards McCartney. Punched away, went to Peckett of St Kilda. He's under pressure from Russell. Beautiful tackle. All Collingwood can consider themselves unlucky. I would say that it's just 30 metres from goal, and perhaps the umpire might have thought, oh, gee, he's going to kick a goal. That was a red-hot possession that should have gone Collingwood's way.
I agree with you, Rex. A little bit unlucky, the black and white there at the bounce. It's thumped toward the boundary line. Peckett leads Russell and Tony Francis in the race, and it's over for a throw-in.
Now he's paid deliberate, but let me say, if the free kicks are there, the umpires have to start paying them, for God's sake.
And it's been no fluke that Francis and Russell, particularly Francis, has been burning while Collingwood's been winning games, and he's passed it in short to McCartney, who is still on the boundary line under the big scoreboard down there at the Dandenong Ranges or eastern end of Waverley Park. For those who know the ground, outside Melbourne, if you're listening, the day is spectacular. There's not a breath of cloud anywhere, not much breeze. It's about 22 degrees. It is finals weather. McCartney on the outer side forward pocket, 40 from goal. Right foot kick across the face. Houghton has marked between goal and behind post. This is the young kid we've seen take a few marks. He's not a bad mover, and he's got very long arms, Sam, and deceptively good reach, I reckon. He's not a huge bloke, and that was a good grab.
It was a very good grab and very disappointing from St Kilda, because he marked that in between the point post and the goal post with no St Kilda defender in front of him.
Should kick this. The angle's pretty tough, but he guides it right through the centre. Collingwood's got its first of the day. One to Lockett at one end, one to Houghton at the other. It's 1-1-7 to a goal on the Channel 7 scoreboard.
And KB, your score up this oval.
Carlton by 5 points, 2 goals, 12 points. The Tigers 1-1-7.
Any late changes, Western Oval, El Martello.
Yeah, Glenn Laverdale for Melbourne, replaced by Hopgood in the team. The biggest crowd I've ever seen at Footscray.
Thank you for that. Back to you shortly after the bounce. The Galloping Gourmet, Gary Bryce, Cardinia Park.
Geelong are 1 goal, the Sydney Swans 1 point.
Bang goes the football. Beautiful knockout it was too by Vidovic, but the umpire said got into Monforster's back. And Big Damien has got it in the centre of the ground with a hand pass across. Gets it across to Crosiska. Crosiska is played downfield to Brown. And B-R-O-W-N, the captain of Collingwood, has got a short. And it could be a mark over there to Johnny Hassel. And Hassel made good play on the left half forward flank. At the main scoreboard end, standing the mark down there will be Pekin. And Johnny Hassel has been in the goal scorers for many, many weeks, but Collingwood kicks into the man on the mark. He'll try and come in. Pekin dives on the football and rolls over the boundary line and out of play.
And Buckley right down there in the thick of things, trying to be in the half-forward line with Harvey picking him up.
So McCartney versus Vidovic. Vidovic, a fingernail went down to Hassel, went without the football over the top of the football. Russell can't get it. Play on, said the umpire. Throw the bucket of water over him if they were K9s. And the umpire, Callaghan, said, give it to me. Make my day. Give me the football, says Callaghan.
And they've given it right to him, and here's the bounce. It's only 20 metres out from the Collingwood goal. Vidovic, I thought, might have got hands to it. Big pack of players. Buckley tries to fish out a handball. Free kick to Collingwood. Free kick to Collingwood right in front of goal. And it's going to be Johnny Hassel, I reckon, for a holding the man infringement. They're replaying it on the scoreboard now. He grabbed it, and Vidovic got him too high, in fact. And Hassel should be able to kick Collingwood second. Houghton from a mark between goal and behind post. Hassel a free kick. Oh, he's hit the post from the number of metres out of the jumper he wears, 15.
Beautiful play by Nathan Burke, who clearly put the man off by giving himself 3 yards to run. Stood there. Hassel immediately thought, there's the mark. Burke still had 3 to run. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. It hit the post. Here comes St Kilda up the back line. They still are 1-1-7 apiece. The mark is taken over there by David Grant. Kicks outside 50. No one at home for St Kilda centre wing. Brown is tackled by Winmar. It spills clear. Picked up over there. It came through there in the hands of Hollow. He couldn't get it. The hand pass by Harvey was good to Keogh. Keogh has got Lockett. Lockett, a magnificent mark. Kelly stood his ground and said, how easy is this? And Plugger came in and took it from the grasp of Kelly. And the big man will line up for the 3rd time in the first 10 minutes of play here at the park.
And he'll want to kick a goal, Sam, because he had Lowe running down to the goal square on his own for quite a while.
So Plugger Centre half forward, small scoreboard, freeway end. Launches this football. Launches it. It'll get under a bit. No, in the goal square. Stuart Lowe tries for a little bit of a peck, but it went behind the stick. St Kilda 128, Collingwood 117. Channel 7 scoreboarded up this oval. KB, an update. Thank you very much.
Carlton by 10 points, 3 straight goals, 18. Richmond 128.
Throw the blanket over 30 blokes at centre half forward, centre half back as Pert goes backhand, forehand, goes backhand again, and finally goes deuce.
And gets the lead from Johnny Hassel, who takes the mark at defensive 50. Hand passes to Francis. He spills it. Burke put terrific implicit pressure on there. He just harassed him from a distance. And in the end, the ball was spilled by Francis, something he hasn't been doing too much of in recent weeks. He's been getting a lot of the footy. It's over for a throw-in, 70 metres out from the St Kilda goal. They're down to the small scoreboard in the first quarter. Krasiska wins it off to Hassel, busy early. He kicks on left foot to Buckley, who marks here on the members' wing in front of Timmy Peake, and he's got Woods linking. Good play. Woods has got a couple of yards, just kicks in time as Devonport tackles. Down to attacking 50, leapers required. Saints playing in front, well done Hollow to get it down to Keogh. Off defensive 50, chips across the ground. Good play, Vidovic can run.
And leak it up with Burke. Burke said thank you very much. Took it in the centre, took a bounce, kicked it long out to the lead of Winmar. Punched away, play on set the umpire. Going out there for Collingwood will be Sharkey, trying to get it around Winmar, beats a lot of them. Picks it up left half forward flank, comes inboard with a worm burner. But here comes Francis, picks it up. Beautiful tackle by O'Brien. The umpire said play on. Big baby Huey is Lockett. Hand passes long over the top to Anderson. Anderson askew with kick in towards players. But there's Monkhorst. It went through his grass. Kelly comes through. Bang with the fist. It went out further afield for Keogh to pick it up. He spins around. He can put it forward. Beautiful smother by Monkhorst. This is magnificent football. Final stuff here. Second bottom plays the Carringbush in the 8. And this is 3RW football.
Great passage of play, Rex. You're spot on. And now a throw-in. 35 metres out here from the St Kilda goal. There's the throw-in. Monkhorst battles with Thornborough. In the end, it's kicked across the face of Collingwood's goal. Sharky's got a big battle here on Winmar. Neither player can get it. Pert backs up well. Runs off Lockett. 2 bounces outside defensive 50. He runs almost to the back of the square and chips to Mick McGuan. In fact, no, it's Paul Williams, sorry, and he's taken it and kicked wide toward Buckley. Peakin did that nicely. Beat Buckley hands down. Well done, Timmy Peakin on the outer wing. Kicks down toward half forward. Lockett a hell of a long way up the ground. Trapped the ball beautifully, but ran over the boundary line doing it at 70 metres from St Kilda's goal. And they're 1-1 or 1-2 with Collingwood 1-1.
And just for the sake of accuracy, I said that Harvey was picking up Buckley. Well, he was down here just at one stage, but Peakin definitely playing on him now.
So knocked out by Thornborough. Came down to ground. The umpire had a look and Saws is going to ping Collingwood. And the kick's going to go to Winmar. He's 78 metres out from goal on the left half forward flank in magnificent sunshine. Here comes a lead from Lowe, who's held. It'll bounce into his chest, but it went Monkhorst with the gloves. Couldn't pick it up. His hand pass was gone. But across the shoulder, said the umpire. And yibbida. That was all, folks. Big Al Martello at the Western Oval for Harry's Liquor Markets. Thanks, big fellow.
Footscray and Melbourne, 1 goal each.
Thank you for that. Monkhorst at centre half back at the small scoreboard end. Points like the policeman with the white gloves on. Now he goes little kick, 40 metres. Looking for Brown, who's up. Oh, went out of there from Sharkey. The hand pass came away from Keogh. Went to Winmar. Coming in towards Lowe over the top. But Kelly can pick it up. Run around in circles. Get it to Monkhorst. Got it on further to Sharkey. Put him under pressure. Tapped it on to Pert, and that's good play by Collingwood.
Well, they were lucky to get out of it, but it was good effort by Sharkey and Pert combining wide to Hassel, who's having a picnic early, runs along the wing, thought about the handball, had a Shark. St Kilda on their way back. Harvey, long hand pass to Bardsley. He's at attacking 50. Go for home, says Nicky Winmar. That's what he's done. Oh, yes, he's put it right through for a Mobiltronics goal of the day. Christian Bardsley kicks St Kilda's second, and they're 2-2-14 and Collingwood 1-1-7 on the Channel 7 scoreboard after 14 minutes.
Well, Graham, a magnificent interception by this man down here. Keogh. I just couldn't see his number.
The Hassel hand pass.
They were on their way, Collingwood. They were on the half-back line ready to stream up forward. A hand pass, which Keogh intercepted. rebounded the football, and Winmar, his attitude is great, and I tell you, Tony Lockett, I haven't seen him as switched on. We heard Kathy Freeman say it earlier about being focused. Well, Tony's focused. He's got a sniff that Collingwood might make him an offer.
A shocking bounce by the umpire, favoured Video Vic, kicked it down towards half forward, punched away from Keogh. It came out Sharkey of Collingwood, hand passing to Kelly. Kelly has got Brown on the lead, punched away by Harvey. Magnificent play. AB an updated Optus Oval for Harry's Liquor Markets.
Richmond lead by 2 points, 3 goals to 20. Carlton 3 straight goals, 18.
And the Galloping Gourmet at Cardinia Park.
Geelong lead by 5 points. They're 1-1-7. The Sydney are 2 points.
Spinning back into play, and it's knocked out by Vidovic. The kick out of the pack came from Nathan Burke to left half forward. Winmar higher than Joe Cocker, and it went over and out of the bounds, hitting the Qantas sign fair square right in the middle of the sign. Big Al Martello at Western Oval.
Footscrape is the breeze, 1-1-7, Melbourne 1 goal.
And the umpire heaves the football back into the stadium, and right over the top was Moncourse. Thornborough got it down to Keogh, knocked it on to Burke, but here comes mighty Mick McGuan off the half-back line. 2 bounces as I speak, runs to Stuart Lowe and then goes short, comes out in front of Buckley of Collingwood, left wing position, spins around and brings it on the left boot over the top, looking further afield for Woods of Collingwood. He's out in front of O'Brien, beautiful tackle by O'Brien, should have been penalised, but O'Brien can pick it up. Can he kick it off the ground? It's a worm burner and it comes out. That was O'Brien. Who was the blonde boy down there? Devonport did well, and the umpire said it's a free kick this time to O'Brien. Devonport, well done. And the Galloping Gourmet, your score from Geelong.
Geelong now lead by 11 points. 2-1-13 to the Sydney, 2 points.
O'Brien, the fisherman from Dramana, goes inboard with a 28-metre kick that finishes up in Devonport's breadbasket. He kicked it to Videovic, who hand passed it across to Pekin. His high ball will make David Grant go, and David Grant went up till he took it. It came out the hand pass from Brown to Krasiska under pressure from Winmar, and Winmar has given away a free kick to Krasiska, and Krasiska of Collingwood can take the free kick at centre half back. Here is Sam Newman.
Well, this, as you said, is a very, very frenetic game, I think would be the word, and you wouldn't reckon that St Kilda have only won 5 games and Collingwood 12, because there's nothing between these two sides at the minute, and terrific play from personnel on both sides.
So it's 16 minutes into the first quarter. 2-2-14 the Saints. 1-1-7 the Magpies. Sharky's marked at the back of the square. Just slows things down and decides to kick wide. Houghton getting into the back there of young Hollow. Saints still able to clear Anderson to Bardsley. You've got a bad bounce. Winmar got a bad bounce, and Sharky now on the ball at the back of the square. Winmar puts the pressure on. He's holding it in there. He is just absolutely desperate at the footy, as we've noticed most of the year with Winmar. And we've got a ball up again. What's showing up, Bondi, on the Ford Care stat sheet early?
Well, Nathan Burke already with 4 kicks, and John Hassel 6 possessions for the Magpies, 4 kicks and 2 handball. At
the bounce, and Monkhurst too good for Thornborough, but Harvey whipped through. Chipped it on toward Keogh. They're only 40 from goal. Nice hand pass into the path of Burke. It should be a major. Hand passes to Lowe, and it's home. So well done, St Kilda. And the work back here on attacking 50 from Keogh was quite sensational. St Kilda 3-2-20, Collingwood 1-1-7, the Channel 7 scoreboard.
And a beautiful piece of innovative play by Burke there with the helmet on. He got that ball, not a slick hand pass by any stretch of imagination, but got it out in front, and eventually got the ball over to Stuart Lowe, who with Lockett both in the square there, and Tony just exerting his physical presence alongside Pert, managed to clear the way for Lowe to kick a great goal.
This is umpire Saws. Magnificent bounce, knocked out Videovic, hit the umpire, went Winmar, knocked it on beautifully. But it went to Russell of Collingwood, picked it up, went right half forward looking for Houghton. Buckley comes in too. Oh, beautiful play there. That was by Hollow. He hand passed it out and got it to Pekin. His worm burner was ill-directed, went towards. Beautiful tackle by Devonport. Anderson off the half-back line for St Kilda, back into the centre of the ground. Krasiska, magnificent courage play. It went out Winmar through the back. Got it to O'Brien. A hand pass by Devonport to O'Brien. O'Brien kicks it long. It'll go down to centre half forward looking for Lowe, but Kelly backing back, can't take it. Pert will off the half-back line. He bounced, ran through the maze of players and put it down the throat of Brown, and B-R-O-W-N of Collingwood took the mark.
Yes, the captain finds Buckley, but they're just chipping it around at the moment inside the centre square. Now they can build something as McGuan runs off Bardsley. He's got it at the front of the square, darts around, will kick long on the left foot. Houlihan's in good position. nudges Frawley out of the way, got the hands on it, couldn't take the mark. Again, the Saints able to clear. Well done. Pekin back there looking for Grant. He couldn't take the mark. Harvey got it at the back of the square. He's got players linking and he's got O'Brien all on his own in the centre. He's away. He's away. He's got around Kelly. They should be able to score a goal with Burke running with the ball to the goal square. It's rolling offline though. Burke couldn't take the mark. I thought the kick had been weighted so Burke could mark it as he was running. In the end, a wasted chance. Saints 3-3, Maggies 1-1.
Nowhere to go. Plugger had led too early.
Now tell me, Graham, that man Kerrison was on, I reckon, 70
There
metres.
will be a report from the interchange steward on that one.
70 metres before Houlihan came off the ground. Kerrison was 70 metres on.
And there could be a fine.
Okay, the ball spinning back into play. Left forward pocket for St Kilda. Lowe got the knockout, but the hand pass was good. Prasiska to Kelly to Watson. The gangster off the right half-back flank down to the centre of the ground. Punched away hollow from Houghton. It went out Houghton again. Picked it up. Hand pass nicely to Woods. Here's Williams. Williams now kicked it out the right half forward. He's got McCartney on the lead from behind Shanahan. 2-on-1. Shanahan in big trouble. His hand pass came out to Pekin. Pekin wobbling away from McCarthy. Gets it out. He can get it out here to Hollow. And Hollow's taken the mark on the right half-back flank. There's plenty of options. He gets it into O'Brien. O'Brien can't get it. Over the top. Knocked off by Winmar. Got it over the top to Craig Devonport. Devonport got it on. Look at the loping video, Vic. And Winmar. Here comes Prasiska. He's tackled. And the umpire's given it across the shoulder. Boulder holder. And that is just crap.
That is too. That is
shocking.
Terrible decision.
That is a fair and that lays in the bottom of a cow paddock.
Beautiful tackle.
Yes, I agree with you entirely, Sam. As the kick comes along members' wing here, Devonport takes crumbs. He's having a good quarter. Hand passes to his captain Frawley. He goes inside to Vidovic, who kicks in a hurry down here just beyond the members' wing. Kelly's got to wait for it. It bounced high, but he showed good presence there, Kelly. Took the footy, chipped in toward the centre, where there's a good battle on here. Grant holding Brown. Ball fell for Bardsley. He gets it to Anderson, running backwards St Kilda, but they're holding possession. Peckett, now they set something up with Keogh. This is nice on the centre line. He chips short. Maybe not a good option. Bardsley sideways. Anderson. Now they can get a clear kick. They run out of the centre. Where are you, Plugger? They've gone right over Plugger and
now Shane.
Low and straight to Munkers.
That's what Robert Hessian was saying. Tony made a lead there and they completely ignored him and kicked it over to two Collingwood
because
players in
they've
the
had
square.
to play all bloody year without him. That's why Watson off the right half-back flank down to the wing position. Got it out to Williams and he's off one bounce. Drew opposition over the top to Russell. Collingwood half forward. Got it inboard to Buckley under pressure. He gave him all a flick. Buckley magnificent to McCartney. That is as good a play as you'd ever want to see, Collingwood. That is great stuff by the Carring Bush. They picked themselves up and went forward at every cost.
Now, while he's going back, could I ask Graham Bond, if a player comes onto the ground 70 metres before the other player comes off and he actually kicks a goal that wins a game, can you take that to a court or an appeal and have the game annulled?
That would be a very interesting one, Sam. We'd have to look into the record books. I don't think it's ever happened, but I think they'd have a case.
So McCartney has filled in for the rockabye baby, big baby Huey out, but McCartney in. And McCartney from 40 metres has kicked a goal. He gets his share, McCartney, don't worry about that. And Collingwood have got 2 goals, 1-13. St Kilda 3-2-20. The KB on behalf of Channel 7 scoreboard.
Carlton by 10 points, 5-1-31. Richmond 3-3-21.
The big fellow Al Palmartello, Western Oval.
Melbourne by 4 points, 2 goals, 12. Footscray 1-2-8.
Thank you for that. And Gary Bryce at Cardinia Park.
Geelong lead by 4 points. They're 2-2-14. The Swans are 1-4-10.
Well, I reckon Collingwood can feel fortunate they're just within 7 points of a St Kilda side that's come out of the blocks better than perhaps most of the people over in Victoria in Canada at this stage.
So Monkhurst tapped down. Brown had it robbed by a very, very persistent Harvey. In the end, it's kicked off the ground. Oh, gee whiz, I thought Johnny Hassel, you're a little bit lucky not to get a free kick against you there. But St Kilda with weight of numbers, work it along members' wing. Devonport wants to run onto the preferred left foot. That was a bad option. Got it onto O'Brien. He's almost made it to half-forward flank. Waits for Lockett to lead. The kick was poor. He was under pressure from Woods. Lockett missed out, and Kelly gave it off to Pert, who ran off defensive 50 and kicked long on the right foot. Down the wing here. Buckley waits at the back. He's got Burke and Pekin to beat. Great courage, Burke. Put his head down. Fits it over toward Devonport, who thied it over the line on the full. It came off his thigh. I've never seen such a poor attempt to kick, Sammy.
He's got a very high thigh.
Well, I think he might have almost done that on purpose, Shane, so he didn't kick it over on the full.
It was more off the top of his... The football went back into play and Harvey hand passed it out to Devonport. Kicked it down towards Lowe. Knocked on by Kelly. It came out towards Monkhorst. Obviously manning up with Lockett and doing it well. He's off the half-back line to the centre wing position. Hollow punches away from Houghton. It went out to Brown of Collingwood. Brown got it out to Buckley. Buckley's hand pass put Francis under trouble. He's in trouble from Everett. Might have been penalised. No. Keogh's hand pass found Burke. Burke comes out. Has got the lead out from Lockett versus Pert. Lockett, Pert, Lockett. Here comes Winmar. Lockett fell over. The ground shook. And Pert came off the half-back line with a good kick.
And kicked wide. Everett's going to be first there. He's got the Collingwood captain to beat. Grant's there as well. And Williams. Grant fell over the top of the foot. He couldn't get a clear possession. In the end, Williams fished it out, but St Kilda are desperate for the footy. They are throwing themselves lifelong at it, and Damon Shaw is going to come up with the free kick here. We've hardly called him in the first quarter.
Come on.
That's why he kicks on left foot up towards centre half forward. Over Low and Kelly, as they've done a lot this quarter, St Kilda. Haven't picked out their targets. In the end, Kerrison gives it to Monkhorst, who kicks down toward the centre. Houghton got a bad bounce. High tackle. Should get a free. And will right in the centre of Waverley Park.
The Harry's Liquor Market's an update. Kevin Bartlett at Optus Oval.
Carlton by 10 points. 5-1-31. The Tigers 3-3-21.
Houghton, the defensive side of the centre of the ground, will kick it down to 50. Frawley, McCartney, Shanahan punched it behind. Knocked on by Frawley. Unfortunately went to Buckley. Buckley's given it out to Russell, who has marked within 50 metres of goal as the siren sounds and will fire after the siren. Al Martello, your score at Western Oval.
Melbourne getting on top here, 3-1-19 against the Breeze. Footscray 1-2-8.
Gary Bryce at Cardinia Park.
Gary Ablett moved to the half-forward flank with immediate results for Geelong. He's kicked one to give them a 4-point lead. At quarter time now, Geelong 3-2-20, leading the Sydney Swans 2-4-16.
So here is Russell. Off Collingwood left. Half-forward flank at the main scoreboard end. And he's kicked the footy behind. So at quarter time, Collingwood are 2-14. And they trail St Kilda 3-20 by 1 goal. The St Kilda goals to Lockett, Bardsley and Lowe.
Foster Special. It's Viv's favourite beer. Isn't it, Vivian?
Cheers.
Cheers.
After hours of training, your muscles turn to water. And the water feels like sand. Sure, it hurts. But not as much as losing.
Magnum. It's bliss.
I'm in a world of my own.
Pure luxury. That first bite. Oh, the chocolate cracks. My heart melts.
I have to have one now.
Nothing compares to Magnum. Perfection.
Ecstasy.
Passionate.
Yeah, I'm hooked. It's all mine.
Sure, my last kick was a goal.
Sharon A-grade football, $79. Seacombe sponsored footy jumpers, $69. ISC AFL t-shirts, $25.
Oh, I love your new car.
Yeah, it's a beauty, isn't it? At Delta, you can rent a brand new car from only $39 a day. Delta have the most popular, latest models, and we guarantee you the best rates in town.
Well, I'm glad you finally got rid of that rotten old bomb.
Yeah. Delta, the Australian rental company. Brand new cars from only $39 a day. We have a branch near you. Call 13 1390 direct to any of our 40 branches.
Delicious, nutritious Sweethearts Naval Oranges are being really good sports by giving away one AFL Kids footy ticket in every 3 kilogram bag. So take your Sweethearts to the footy for free. Plus you'll score the chance to win 4 tickets to the AFL Grand Final.
Lockett, Bardsley and Lowe, Collingwood, Houghton and Cartney, KB with a bit of an update with Peter Dacos at the Optus Oval.
Well, sirens just sounded for quarter time and Carlton's gone bang, 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 bang. They've whacked on 5 goals, including the first violinist out of the centre, Greg Williams. So they lead by 29 points at quarter time, 8-2-50. The Tigers 3-3-21.
And their bursts have really come. In the first minute, they had 2 goals on the board, and they kicked 3 goals, as KB just said, 3 goals in 2 minutes to end this first quarter. Richmond were good early, but Carlton threw Madden in the centre, Bradley on a wing, and Hogg in particular, who has put Broderick right out of this game. Carlton have just got too much talent and far in front.
Thank you, guys. 29 points, Carlton. The big fellow still playing at Western Oval.
5-minute mark, and Lyons just put through his second goal of a point. Now it's the second goal of the line. Now Melbourne's going right on with it here. They lead by 5-1-31 to Footscray 2-2-14. So it's a great effort by Melbourne against the Blues.
So this time the umpire threw the ball in the air. That is an admission that his confidence is shot. That's disgraceful. He can't bounce it. He should get off the ground. So here come Collingwood trying to get it. Bowie came through and has given a free kick. With the umpire's advisor, Sam might have told him to throw it up because you can't bounce it, son.
Well, I agree with you. If you can't bounce the ball in a day like this, you shouldn't be there.
Should be interchanged. Off it comes the video, Vic. He dropped it. The hand pass came out from Grant. It went in towards Damon Shaw. Kicked an inside 50. Here comes Moncourse playing a lone hand at centre half back. Hand passing to Watson of Collingwood. Off the back, no one on centre wing. Harvey comes out in front of Buckley. Knocked on by Pekin. And the football went over the boundary line and out of bounds. Gary Bryce, they're playing again yet at Kardinia Park.
Yes, Rex, we're about 2 minutes in. There's been no further change to the score, so it's still Geelong by 4 points. 3-2-20, Sydney 2-4-16.
The ball comes spinning back into play.
And Spinner did, and Anderson won the ball and put it onto his boot very quickly, hoping for Damon Shaw. Oh, got the fingertips to it, diving right across the boundary line, and it's wobbled over for a throw-in. True members wing here at Waverley Park with the Saints attacking the big scoreboard.
Well, to me, so far, the most impressive player on the ground has been Nathan Buckley. He is really starting to play good football for Collingwood, and won't they like that as they come towards September?
He uses it beautifully, doesn't he? As Vidovic got it down to Nathan Burke having a good game. He goes to half forward. Craig O'Brien just couldn't take the mark, impeded. Oh, the umpire missed it. He still came up with a footy. Searching hand pass to Bowie. Looks to put it down Lockett's throat. Shocking pass. Gave the champion no chance, but he grabbed it anyway. Hand passes to Lowe. Hand passes backwards. They've still got possession, Devonport. He runs to 50. He's been tackled. Broke out of a tackle. Gave it to Burke. Now Bowie, there's a free kick downfield. Oh, goodness gracious me. Bowie actually dropped the mark 20 metres out because the kick was no good. There's going to be a free kick downfield to Bowie.
Shane, you've got to understand that ability, there's not much difference in ability in league footballers, right? It's to perform that ability under pressure.
Exactly.
What you see here now is St Kilda succumbing to that pressure, and that's why they're near the bottom of the ladder.
Well, Bowie has the chance to put them 2 goals up. It'll be a handy lead in a tight game, and he's done just that early in the second quarter. Brett Bowie takes St Kilda on the bill. Scotch Whisky scoreboard to 4-2-26. Collingwood is 2-2-14. And Sam, Rex talks about performing those skills under pressure, but that was a long, long way to finally get a goal.
It was, and I'm going to mention that ability for their side to pass the ball to Lockett. Lockett made a perfect lead there. Had he been playing for Hawthorn, he would have had his second goal on the board, but they just kicked the ball.
He would have had 5 by now playing for Hawthorn. And Jason would have had 10. Now the other umpire's throwing it up. The rubber knob is out of business here at the park. The rubber knob has rubber knobbed off. So here comes Anderson off the back, off the centre of the ground. Stewart low was higher than Joe Cocker. Took a magnificent mark, gave it off to Bowie. Bowie kicked it long. Plugger versus Pert. Plugger. Took it. And that's what we come to the football for, isn't it, folks? To see two champions do battle, and that's what the game is all about. Plugger has got it in the right pocket, the right forward pocket. And this is a very good start by St Kilda. Collingwood under pressure, which is good for the Carringbush, because they certainly won't get any less pressure, if not more, in the finals. KB, your score at Optus Oval?
Well, it's quarter time, Rex.
Okay, you're eating. I'll come back
I've got a terrific ham sandwich here.
Good on you, mate. Plugger. The man on the mark is Pert. He will mark the mark from 17 metres out. It's an acute angle, and Plugger goes bang! And it's a goal! He's got 2 Lockets!
And 50 for the season, Rex. Goal 50 this year for Tony Lockett.
50 goals. I didn't think he'd played enough games to reach 50. But St Kilda 5-2-32 lead Collingwood 2-2-14 by 3 goals. And this is only 4 minutes in the second term. The big fellow at Western Oval, talk to me.
L, go on, L.
10 points, 5-1-31, Footscray 3-3-21.
Thank you very much. They're going to throw this football up because the rubber knob is out of bounds.
Yes, they've thrown it up 3 times for the quarter. St Kilda winning all the ball out of the centre. This time Harvey's given it away. Oh, Buckley's been caught in a great tackle. Gee whiz, Pekin just got him and wouldn't let him go. Ball up.
I ask you, in modern football, the umpires in 22 degrees, no rain for 6 years in Melbourne, when they're throwing the thing up, that's got to be an embarrassment to Bill Della.
It's an embarrassment. I think the whole crowd here can't believe it.
Now they're bouncing it.
Yeah, they're bouncing it. Not in the centre, though. That's strange. Okay, at the bounce. St Kilda win position. They're dominating early in the second quarter. Pekin looks for Lowe. Got his confidence up. Went up in front of Kelly. Couldn't take the mark. Shoved it across into the path of Winmar. Just couldn't win it. Collingwood Sharkey did well there under enormous pressure. Received from Kerrison Bondi. Gave it to Krasiska, who kicked wide for Francis to run onto the footy. Devonport chases. Francis wants to hand pass backwards. They're fiddling Collingwood. Buckley's got it out of wing. Chips inboard. Got Hassel. They haven't reached the front of the square yet. Now he'll kick long. Right footer. Houlihan's there. Up. Couldn't mark. Who's down at the back? Danger. Houghton. Dragged to the ground as he was going to kick a goal. It's almost in the goal square, and the Saints will be happy just to roll it out of bounds. Now that was innovative. He didn't actually punch it out of bounds, Sam. He grabbed it and did a somersault over the line.
Very clever, because the umpire was right onto him, waiting for him to tap it out, and as you say, he possessed it out.
Knocked out by Vidovic right over the top. Buckley tried to get it at gate. Houlihan to Hassel behind. Collingwood 2-3-15, St Kilda 5-2-32. Big fellow, I didn't catch your time at the Western Oval.
Quarter time, Rex. 5-1-31 Melbourne, Footscray 3-3-21.
Thank you for that. As the football is at the small scoreboard end. And this player will be Peckett, and he's got Frawley on the left half-back flank, and Frawley marks.
So the Saints captain will drive here along a member's wing. That's not one of your better kicks, Danny. It's put it straight down Damien Lonkhurst's throat, who's marked on the wing, decides to chip across to Sharkey, who's just forward of centre. Thought about hand passing to his captain, Gavin Brown, all going wide to Krasiska. Decides now to kick. Oh, it's a shockingly crowded Collingwood forward line. So he just lobs one up in the air. McCartney's in good position. Late spoil, well done, St Kilda defenders. Through came Shanahan, got a late thump to it, and it's a ball up 40 metres out from the Collingwood goal.
KB a score up this oval. Harry's Liquor Markets.
Carlton leads by 29 points, 8-2-50. Richmond 3-3-21.
Umpire Saws bounce at centre half forward for Collingwood. Knocked out by Vidovic. Knocked on further over there by Devonport. Went out to Buckley of Collingwood. Ran around in ever diminishing circles. Gave it to Tony Shaw, and Shaw goes bang to Mighty Mick McGuan, who's off on 50. He runs to 45, and Mighty Mick McGuan has kicked the goal of the day. The Concanopholin goal of the day. You can rely on Mighty Mick. If you want a bit of a stoush, Mick will give you his guts and determination, and bang went Mighty Mick McGuan, and Collingwood to 3-3-21. St Kilda of 5-2-32. Here's Gary Bryce at Kardinia Park.
Well, the Swans back with a goal to Kepler. They now trail by 15 points. Geelong are 6-2-38. Sydney 3-5-23.
Sammy Newman and then the kid.
Well, you can always tell when Collingwood are in trouble because they bring Tony Shaw onto the ground to stir things up, and he figured in that, and I've got a feeling that wasn't 10 metres, that kick. That's why McGuan played on.
Out of the centre, Monkhurst works hard, just forces it forward for Williams to be held without it. And Paul Williams still in that centre square, has got the free, decides to kick down to a McCartney lead. Here he comes, he's got it. The kick was a brilliant one from Williams. Weighted it to perfection, allowing McCartney to run right onto the footy, and he's got the mark. Now he's exactly 50 metres out when he kicks. The mark is inside that. He's not on a great deal of angle, and he's kicking down to the small scoreboard end. With St Kilda in front by 11 points. They kicked the first 2 goals of this quarter. Collingwood now attempting to answer. McCartney's brought rain. It won't be a goal. It won't make the distance. And there's a Collingwood mark.
Absolutely.
I think it's Houlihan who's dragged it down.
Yep.
In the middle of a very big pack of players. That's a very good mark from Damien Houlihan. 20 metres out, tough angle.
Well, there were 6 players. There it is on replay. There were 6 players there. He's the only man that touched it. And you couldn't see actually that it marked it if you'd been in the crowd because he was surrounded by 5 other players, but quite clearly he marked that ball, and that's a pretty bad error again by St Kilda, trying to mark in amongst 6 people. At least if you're on the back line, there's 6 of you jumping, have a punch at the thing, for heaven's sake.
So it's about a 70-degree angle. It's the members' forward pocket, small scoreboard end, and he's about 15 metres out, and he's missed it. It's a terrible kick from the boy from Corowa, Rutherglen. So Collingwood 3-4-22, St Kilda 5-2-32, and that's on the Bell Scotch Whisky scoreboard after 9 minutes of the second quarter.
KB a score up this oval for Harry's Liquor Markets.
Carlton still leads by 28 points, 8-2-50. Richmond 3-4-22.
Okay, thank you very much. The football now in the hands of the fullback Peckett. Peckett now kicks it out to the members' half-back flank. Here's Brown, and Videovic's there, punched away by Brown and Collingwood, and the football's over the boundary line and out of bounds. So an announcement for those people at the ground from the ground manager. There's not enough bounce in the centre, so they're throwing it in the air. So the rubber knob has been de-rubberised.
Yes, new turf, according to Graham Finn. So there's a good explanation and quick work too from the AFL. Thanks for their help. Bowie combines with Nathan Burke. Dean Anderson shocking kick, but it happened to land with Harvey, who hand passed inside a beauty to Timmy Peakin, who's had 2 bounces. He's run to the centre line, put it out in front of Craig Devonport, who's got a yard on Mickey McGuan, won't break away. Gets the hand pass to Lowe, who's got Kelly to beat. Lowe couldn't take it cleanly. Thumps it out toward the boundary line. It's rolling out to outer side. Play on, a bit of holding happening. Collingwood supporters wanted a free kick. Look, that's good umpiring. Let the game go. Don't pull it up every second. Let the game go if there's a bit of ticky-touch with stuff. It's a really good game here. 5-2 to 3-4 after 10 minutes.
And great work by the AFL to announce that, but I'd suggest at half-time they bring another rubber knob out and put it in there in the middle of the ground, because that's what this game's about, bouncing the ball in the centre.
So throw the blanket over 15 players as I speak. And a big crowd enjoying the proceedings here. And the biggest crowd that Al Martello has seen at Western Oval. This is the first time he's been there in 70 years. Over to you, big fellow.
But at the end of the second quarter now, Melbourne still lead by 10 points, 5-1-31, Footscray 3-3-21, Melbourne with the breeze.
So umpire Saw's got one out of the pack there. And I reckon it's going to go to number 29, Russell of Collingwood. Down towards Buckley on wing. Beautiful mark and hand passed inboard across to Sharkey. Sharkey launched an attack inside 50. Here comes McCartney. He's up, punched away. But it was picked up over there by Francis. And Francis goes bang! And it went behind the stick. In fact, over the boundary line and out of play. The Galloping Gourmet, your score at Kidinia Park.
We're at the 12-minute mark, and Geelong lead by 9 points, 6-2-38. Swans 4-5-29.
Okay, drop the jocks and socks. Give Dad footy videos. That's good.
Yes, I think I'd rather stick with the jocks and socks. Here's the throw-in, and McCartney's grabbed it from the throw-in and snapped a point. So Collingwood now doing most of the attacking, 3-5-23. Collingwood down by, 9 points now. St Kilda 5-2-32. That's on the Bell Scotch Whisky scoreboard.
It came out the other day, $4.95 for a pair of size 22 bonds, and they are real crutch crunchers. They are magnificent. So the football with Peckett at the back. He's got it at the small scoreboard end and comes out out here and kicks it. Oh, this is close. Pekin marked it by a 15th. Anyone at the ground wants to know what a 15th in. That is a 15th. And Pekin goes bang and gives it across to Hollow.
I was going to say, you'd be able to buy 6 pairs for what Sam pays for. Here's this Hollow now from 70 metres out for the Collingwood goal. Drives down to the centre. That seemed to hold up a little bit in the breeze there. Maybe there is more breeze than we thought. And Brown takes crumbs and gives it to Russell, who gives it to McGuan, who bursts out of the square. Here comes McCartney. Good spoil Shanahan. Dumps it back toward defensive 50. Frawley beats Buckley for the footy. Hand passes to Buckley at half-back flank, coming out toward the boundary. Now to Dean Anderson, one of those little chips up in the air. Gee, that makes it hard for your teammates to mark it. He does that all the time. He chipped it into the air for Bardsley, made it easy for Kerrison to spoil, and it's over for a throw-in close to the wing here on Members' side.
Interested in the Lockett and Pert duel. Lockett's had 4 shots at goal, beaten Pert man for man, but Pert's done some terrific innovative things out of the back line to set a lot of attacks up from Collingwood for the last line of defence.
Centre wing Members' side knocked out by Houghton. Anderson got a hand pass across the ground of St Kilda, went towards wing position. O'Brien up off the pack, went Hassel. Hassel got it up to Kelly. Kelly got it up to the running Russell, who's off on the left wing, took a bounce and kicked it long. Here comes Buckley. Buckley's over the top of Frawley, can't get it. Buckley nearly there again, over the top. Houlihan. And the umpire is going in. Umpire saws and will bounce. KB, your score. Carlton and Richmond at the Optus Oval.
Carlton by 33 points, 9-2-56. Richmond 3-5-23. Brown lining up for Carlton 20 metres out.
So the umpire puts it down left half forward flank for Collingwood. Winmar hand pass intercepted by Mighty Mick McGuan. Got it out to Buckley, brought it around the corner. But good anticipation by Pekin. Pekin of St Kilda took the mark. His kick was the worst this century. Harvey versus Brown. Brown came through. The ball spilled clear for Nathan Burke to pick it up. He kicked it out in front of Bardsley, and a beautiful mark by David Brown from Tasmania. No worries about the two-headed job with him. He is magnificent. Kicks it in towards Stuart Lowe. He marks. Hand pass on to Anderson. Anderson hand pass on to Devonport. Here comes Lockett. That is what Stan Alts has been really praying for the last 21 weeks. Is that Lowe across to Devonport, and here comes Lockett. So big plugger from 53 metres out will kick it into this breeze and kick a ball tearing point.
Kicked a top.
He actually kicked the challenge bank sign off the side of the Sharon as it went behind. And St Kilda are 5-3-33, 10 points up on Collingwood, 3-5-23. Big Al Martello, Footscray and Melbourne.
Melbourne leading by 15 points, 6-1-37, Footscray 3-4-22.
And out of the cluster breaks one man, Shane Watson. Runs from centre half back to half back flank, takes the mark, gets the head pass moving to Scotty Russell. He's back to something like his best today. Drives along the Members' wing. Houghton's in good position. The spoiler there was young Hollow. Nice effort. Grant took the crumbs, gave it to Harvey. Under pressure across to Hollow. He's under enormous pressure. Pushed in the back by Francis, I thought. Umpire disagreed. Winmar's going into protest vehemently. And look at him. Puts his head right up against the umpire and lets him know that a free kick was missed there, and I think most of us here on Members' side saw it. Bounce down. Vidovic takes it out of the air. Nice play. Hand passes into the path of Burke. Francis beat him for the footy. Shoved it out where Harvey took crumbs and gave it back to Burke. Nice play. Now Burke tries to pick out someone into the forward line. He was hoping Lockett might lead into the hole. He didn't. And the kick ended up with Monkhurst, who plays it out of defence beautifully. Hand passes along the boundary to Kerrison. His kick's poor. And almost up on the St Kilda half forward line, Nathan Burke, picking up a bag of possessions, has got the mark.
Kicks it in border Vidovic. Slow melting concrete as Ron would say, but he tapped it on beautifully to Packett in the centre of the ground. Now he runs to the right wing. Now he goes long. Stuart Lowe made possession, and here he is, Stuart Lowe. He put the arms around the football and just went bang. I'll tell you what, what's that there again? Drop the jocks and socks. Give Dad footy videos. Gee whiz. That's good. Hope that plane's got plenty of fuel. He's done a woof-woof bird here this afternoon in ever-diminishing circles, but Lowe from 52 metres has kicked a long behind. And they're really peppering away St Kilda. They're 5-4-34. Collingwood are 3-5-23.
And I tell you what, Lee Matthews has obviously told Damien Monkhorst, as soon as you go for a centre bounce and St Kilda look like going forward, get down there in front of Lockett, because he's there every minute on him.
In fact, that time as the kick was about to come in from Lowe, it was Monkhurst on Lockett, and Pert had actually run up the ground. McGuan leads from the cluster, but in fact the fullback Pert's gone short this time to Tony Francis, who says, come on, Stewie, get away from the mark, and 50 metres now against Lowe. How many possessions, Francis, Bondi?
Tony Francis, Shane, coming in for his 4th kick.
And no handballs?
Instead of he's had a hand pass, he's been told to go back and have a kick.
And for Ford Care, what about Scotty Russell?
Scotty Russell, 5 kicks, 4 hand passes.
So Francis gave it to Krasiska. Long kick Krasiska, using that breeze, which is worth a couple of goals out there. Gets it to 50. Houghton tried to be clever and tapped to Buckley. That didn't work. It's within 40 metres Collingwood's goal. McGuan tried to give it to Buckley. He was dispossessed. Good intercept Anderson, who gave it off half back to O'Brien. That's nice play, Saints. Down toward the centre, bursting through Bartley, and he'll kick long.
He did, Shane, too. Went down towards Harvey, and Harvey made it nicely in front of Hassel of Collingwood. He's on the right half forward flank position, right in front of the Nissan sign. He now in beautiful sunshine comes inboard. It's a shocking kick. No, it's not. Plugger appeared from nowhere in front of the pack and took the mark. He now turns around. The lead came out from Ords Grant. He can't take it. But here comes Shaw, hand passing beautifully to Kerrison. Kerrison off the half-back flank, kicked into the centre of the ground. Peckett is there. Over the top, Mighty Mick McGuan has marked it. He had to mark it. He's the only one who touched it. And KB, Richmond have been just shocked by Carlton's dominance.
Absolute premiership football by the Blues. The Carlton side lead by 52 points. 12 goals, 3-75. Richmond are 3-5-23.
Just gone out of bounds here, Dakes. A quick comment before they throw it in.
Well, they've just been in complete control, Carlton, as the scoreboard suggests, all over the ground. They've won in every position. Fraser Brown has popped up today. He's taken his turn. He's kicked 4 goals, had tape early. Callaway's on him now, but they're just winning everywhere.
So the Blues massacring Richmond up there at the Optus Oval. Very tight here, though, in the match of the day. St Kilda in front, 5-4-34 to 3-5-23 as Anderson tries to work it out of the defence. Watson steals it, looks for McCartney. Oh, he just couldn't take the mark. It rolls toward the goal square. Houlihan out in front of Pekin. Great hand pass to McCartney. Tough angle as he wobbled it through. No. Oh, just missed it. It was a clever little dribble along the ground from McCartney. Just missed. Takes Collingwood to 10 points behind on the Bill's Scotch Whisky scoreboard.
And Shanahan dropped his concentration for 1 second, and that allowed McCartney to grab that ball and have a shot at goal. And he made the fatal mistake, I suppose, of following the flight of the ball rather than following the path of his player.
So St Kilda bring it out the back line, and Shanahan has marked it right in front of the National Sportsbook sign. He kicks it outside 50 to Video Vic. Nearly enough for mine. Plown said the umpire. He's going to get binged. Buckley put his hand up as if to say, teacher, I want to go and do wheeze. And he said, you're going to have the free kick. And Buckley ran away from the left half forward flank. He ran to centre half forward and kicked it inside 50. Here comes Houlihan. Punched away down there, but it went to Grant. Grant draws opposition, gives it to Devonport, who will concede to behind. He'll concede. No, he won't. Kept it in. Oh, that's ordinary play. They may pay here. That's shocking. That is just Scheisenhausen. And you're giving away a goal. All he had to do was just take it through the goals. He actually saved it. God almighty, no wonder I got no hair. Can you believe that? Can you believe that, mate, how easy that is for Collingwood? And you paid to get in. Isn't that unbelievable? Well, Collingwood, 4 goals, 6-30 to St Kilda, 5-4-34. No wonder I go fishing. Oh, shut up. El Martello, give us a score out there. Footscray and Melbourne.
Melbourne by 13 points, 7-1-43. Footscray, 4-6-30.
Time for you, Barrel, before Sam Newman.
Swans have been great this quarter. The Geelong been despicable because they have just squandered a 4-point lead. Sydney Swans lead by 15 points, 8-6-54. Geelong 6-3-39.
Don't tell me.
And it was McCartney, Rex, who kicked that goal for Collingwood.
So Vidovic got first possession out of the centre. Saints are still in front by 4 points, and they've really earned this lead. And there's the man who gave away the last goal, Devonport, trapped in a big Mickey McGuan tackle just after the centre bounce. Ball up.
Yeah, well, Geelong. You work so hard at doing things, St Kilda, and all they had to do was kick the ball clear rather than hand pass it, but very wise up here we are.
So now there's a free kick rather than a ball up, and it's going to go to Mick McGuan, who's building up the stats. Kicks from the centre, down to water, tagging 50. Oh, Houghton, yeah. It's a nice mark, the big long arms. By gosh, they remind me of something Jack Dyer said one day as he went up there. And now Houghton toward the goal square. Houlihan there. Bumped his opposition player, peeking out of the way, followed up, grabbed it. Left foot snap. It's going to be very close. It'll land in the square. McCartney has the ball thumped away positively by Shanahan. Devonport should have been positive before. And in the end, it's Collingwood 4-7-31 on the Bell Scotch Whisky scoreboard. It's 23 minutes second quarter. And the Saints in front by 3 points. They should be further ahead. 5-4-34.
Pickett off the back line has got Pekin in the sunshine. Left half back or put Grant under pressure. But Grant marks on the left half back flank on the 50-metre line. From the shadow of the members' stand, brings it into the sunshine. Look at Watson. A beautiful mark by Watson behind Harvey. No contest. Shaw makes pace, says no. And now Watson will go short to the unattended Francis. Francis off to Shaw. Shaw has got a lead out there from Houlihan. And look at this. Houlihan goes out. Can't take the mark. St Kilda under some pressure. Bang out through Pekin. Gets it out to the wing position looking for Damon Shaw. Krasiska there as well, Bowie. Krasiska's got to beat 4 of them. Can he do it? No, he's given away a free kick to Devonport. And the umpire said, thank your mother for the rabbits. Kevin Bartlett, your score at Carlton and Richmond.
Carlton by 52 points, 12-3-75. Richmond 3-5-23. And Channel 7 set up a television set out the back here, and there's 500 people watching the game.
Unbelievable, and they'd be all Carlton supporters as now St Kilda attack down toward attacking 50. Bowie looking for Lockett. Pert came out and spoiled. And it's over for a throw-in. 45 metres around from the Saints' goal. Just a brilliant day in Melbourne. Bonnie, what do you think that breeze might be worth up to the small scoreboard?
I'd say it's probably 2 or 3 goals, Shane.
Yeah,
no more.
St Kilda kicks seem to be holding up in the breeze this quarter. Saints in front, nigh on a half-time. And Monkhurst got the tap down. Bardsley, Shaw, Russell, Chase. Bardsley carries it back over the boundary line. It's 60 metres out now from the St Kilda goals. Crowd of somewhere in the 40s, 45, maybe pushing up toward 50,000 here, watching a real arm wrestle battle. Saints would love to throw Collingwood off the rails and off their hopes of the finals. As St Kilda win the tap down, pack developed, Shaw goes in, Sharkey as well, Bowie emerges with a footy, tried to get it to Frawley a long way up the ground. Shaw goes in, ball up, still 60 metres out. Al Martello at the Western Oval. Let's check a score. 24 minutes in here.
Grant lining up for Footscray. Melbourne leading by 12 points. 8-1-49. Footscray 5-7-37.
Gary Bryce, what's happening down there at Coffin Park?
Well, Kickett and Ablett into a little bit of a wrestling, jostling, punching, kicking, biting match. But anything else, it was a pretty dull game. But at the moment, the Swans bifurcating Geelong. Geelong playing like real pussies. 8-7-55. Geelong 6-3-39. And I guess they'll be calling the paddy wagon to get a few of the umpires away because the Geelong crowd not happy with the umpiring.
Watson cop one, but he gave it across towards Kerrison into the centre of the ground, kicked off the ground by Brown. It went to Russell of Collingwood. He hand passed out to Sharkey into a bit of pressure. Sharkey turns on a sixpence, kicked it out in front of Brown. And B-R-O-W-N versus Grant. And G-R-A-N-T, Grant punched it over. And the umpire said he had interfered with Brown. So the Collingwood skipper on the right half-back flank on the members' side of the ground has got the football. We've gone nearly 26 minutes into the second term here, and Collingwood trail St Kilda by 3 points. But there's going to be a stretcher brought back off the ground as El Capone Watson just wobbles away, and the umpire says we'll wait till it gets off, which gives us a chance to go for a score to KB, Carlton and Richmond.
Blues by 57 points. Brown's booted 5 for Carlton. 13 goals, 3. Great kicking, 81. Richmond 3-6-24.
So Carlton are wiping the floor with Richmond. The Swans are killing Geelong at Kardinia Park. And Footscray getting a nice old job out there at Footscray. So the ball on the centre wing. St Kilda lead Collingwood. Off the top of the pack, Harvey got it across to Devonport. His kick was lucky, fell into the arms of Grant. Grant's worm burner will go nearly inside 50. Winmar hasn't been in the game. That was a good tackle. It came along to Plugger, but his kick was marked no 20 yards by Watson. Watson hand passed across to Russell. Russell got it on to Pert, and Pert kicked it beautifully to Hassel. And Collingwood away, kids!
And away they go. Shocking hand pass. Hassel was hoping for Francis. Harvey intercepted. Rebound. Hollow runs across the centre line. He's got Damon Shaw in great position, and he's beaten Krasiska for the mark. Krasiska, great courage to come back with the flight of the ball, but Shaw was always going to grab it, even with a slight size differential. Everett leads up. Shaw's taking too long. Lowe leads up. He's 70 metres from goal, Shaw. Lockett leads now. The left foot pass. Beautiful. Oh, that in the end, now this kid, I've told you before, Sam, this kid is an absolute class act, Damon Shaw.
Is that what they call a measured kick?
You call that an absolutely measured kick. And that almost went and had the trajectory of an old-fashioned stab kick. That went no more than 2 metres off the ground, that ball, and never looked like missing Lockett, and that's what we're talking about. If Lockett could get the ball kicked to him like that every day, every weekend, he'd be here forever and a day.
Well, he's got the skills that St Kilda needs to build a great club, Damon. Sure, I'm a huge rat for the redhead. 40 metres out, Lockett. Important kick here in the context of this game, and he squeezed it home right on the bell. A very important goal to the big plugger. He's got 3 at half-time, and St Kilda goes into the break 9 points to the good. 6-4-40 to Collingwood, 4-7-31, and that is on the Bell's Scotch Whisky scoreboard. Around the...
Well, good afternoon, Saints fans and Magpie fans and boys and girls. We welcome you to the park. We certainly hope you're enjoying this match between St Kilda and Collingwood. Now, you're going to enjoy yourselves much more over the final series if you have a listen to what I'm going to tell you. Well, we don't know where the interstate match is going to be played and when just yet. But AFL Travel and Ansett have got together to put together these packages, the interstate packages. So as soon as you know where the finals are going to be played, if you want to go interstate, AFL Travel and Ansett, they're the people to get onto. The packages they put together include your travel, your accommodation, ground entry and reserve seating. So let's say you want to see a final in Adelaide or maybe Perth or even Brisbane for that matter. You never know what could happen. Get onto AFL Travel and Ansett. As I said, these packages do include your travel, your accommodation, your ground entry and your reserve seating. Now, if you're living interstate or you know somebody interstate and they want to get onto these packages, the finals packages, if you live in Adelaide, Perth, Sydney, Brisbane or wherever, you can ring Ansett Direct on their direct line. That's 131344, 131344. Or if you're in Melbourne, you can ring AFL Travel on 650 9900, 650 9900. But don't mess around. As soon as you know where the matches and when the matches are, get onto AFL Travel. Now, what about this? Have they put together some holiday packages for you, the football fanatic? Hong Kong, here we come. Special Ansett airfares to Hong Kong starting in September. $850 return airfare to Hong Kong starting in September. That is unbelievable, isn't it? $850 return to Hong Kong. Ring AFL Travel on that one, 650 9900. And here's another beauty, to Bali. For $939, return airfare to Bali. It's Melbourne, Bali, return to Melbourne, $939. But on top of that, guess what you get? 7 nights accommodation. So that's your return airfare, 7 nights accommodation, $939. Oh boy, can't wait to get there. Ring AFL Travel on 650 9900, 650 9900, and they've got plenty of other holiday packages for you too. You don't want to go to Bali or Hong Kong, I'm sure they can get you to the Gold Coast. With one of these packages, you'll have the holiday of a lifetime. AFL Travel, 650 9900. Have a great day. $129, unbelievable. Give AFL Travel a ring, 650 9900, 650 9900.
All over the state and right around the nation, Mother Nature is dying from our little situation. Gotta do the right thing, it's an obligation, and your planet will thank you for your cooperation. A little bit of glitter goes a long, long way. Mother Nature is choking on it every day. You gotta do the right thing, it's an obligation, and your planet will thank you for your cooperation.
What do you need to be the best?
It's not always easy.
You have to work at it.
You're always pushing yourself to the limit.
I train every single day.
It's that rush you get when it all comes together.
Dedication.
Always giving it your best.
Discipline.
It's more than a dream for me to play league football.
It's fun playing in the NBL.
You're just all pumped up.
Starter. What does it take to be the best? Everything you got.
It's up to you.
500,000 people have fled Rwanda to escape death. In appalling conditions, they huddle, desperately needing food, shelter, water and medical aid. The Care Australia Rwanda Appeal. Please give at any branch of the Commonwealth Bank or send your donations to GPO Box 9977 in your capital city and show you care.
Magnum. It's bliss.
I'm in a world of my own.
Pure luxury. That first bite. Oh, the chocolate cracks. My heart melts.
I have to have one now.
Nothing compares to Magnum. Perfection.
Ecstasy. Passionate.
Yeah, I'm hooked. It's all mine.
I hate it when he touches me. Daddy thinks I'm dumb and I do everything wrong. I haven't got any lunch.
So many Australian children are hurting, but one organisation can help them. AusChild. Call 568 1555 and your donation can help stop the hurt.
Push him up!
Delicious, nutritious Sweethearts Naval Oranges are being really good sports by giving away one AFL Kids footy ticket in every 3 kilogram bag. So take your Sweethearts to the footy for free. Plus you'll score the chance to win 4 tickets to the AFL Grand Final.
What I look for is 100% commitment to the game. Firm and strong, tough, accurate. If they're not all those things, they won't make the grade. I mean, really, it's such a running game. You must have that flexibility. Excellent speed and acceleration. You're able to stand up and do the job. Impressive. Definitely got what it takes. If you're going to do it well. You've just got to look at them, and you know without a doubt they're made for the game. The official AFL boot by Puma. Yeah, without a doubt, a real natural talent.
Jason Dunstall, one of the game's greatest players, a true champion of Australian football. To play like Jason is every youngster's dream, but how do you get to be that good?
Main pass. And kicks a ripper! Look at this boy go. Oh, what a mark. It's a beautiful. Oh, the great mark. Oh, what a corner! Again.
It's really great, Jay. Keep practicing, it'll get better all the time.
Ring the Big Kick hotline and join up now so you can become a future football champion.
If you're looking for a place with a friendlier face to shop for your family, the kind of store where smiles cost no more, then we've got what you're looking for. Farcy's friendly feeling, and we just want to say Farcy's friendly feeling, you're welcome every day. Farcy's friendly feeling, Farcy's friendly feeling.
The pressure, tapped it on to Pert, and that's good play by Collingwood.
Well, they were lucky to get out of it, but it was good effort by Sharkey and Pert combining wide to Hassel, who's having a picnic early, runs along the wing, thought about the handball, had it Shark. St Kilda on their way back, Harvey, long hand pass to Bardsley, he's at attacking 50, go for home, says Nicky Winmar. That's what he's done! Oh yes, he's put it right through. it on toward Keogh. They're only 40 from goal. Nice hand pass into the path of Burke. It should be a major. Hand passes to Lowe and it's home. So well done, St Kilda. And the work back here on attacking 50 from Keogh.
Got it out to Williams and he's off one bounce. Through opposition over the top to Russell, Collingwood half forward. Got it inboard to Buckley under pressure. He gave him all the flick. Buckley magnificent to McCartney. That is as good a play as you'd ever want to see. Baby, big baby Huey out, but McCartney in. And McCartney from 40 metres has kicked a goal. He gets his share, McCartney. Don't worry about that. And Collingwood
hand passes to Lowe. Hand passes backwards. They've still got possession. Devonport. He runs to 50. He's been tackled. Broke out of a tackle. Gave it to Burke. Now Bowie. There's a free kick downfield. Oh, goodness gracious me. Bowie actually dropped the mark 20 metres out because the kick was no good. Bowie has the chance to put them 2 goals up. It'll be a handy lead in a tight game, and he's done just that early in the second quarter.
Brett here for Tony Lockett.
50 goals. I didn't think he'd played enough games to reach 50. But St Kilda 5-2-32. Lead Collingwood 2 is out. It's an acute angle. And Plugger goes bang! And it's a goal! Circles gave it to Tony Shaw, and Shaw goes bang to Mighty Mick McGuan, who's off on 50. He runs to 45, and Mighty Mick McGuan has kicked the goal of the day. The Concanopulin goal of the day. You can rely on Mighty Mick. At 50, here comes Houlihan. Punched away down there, but it went to Grant. Grant draws opposition, gives it to Devonport, who will concede to behind. He'll concede, no he won't. Kept it in, oh that's ordinary play. They may pay here, that's shocking. That is just Scheisenhausen, and you're giving away a goal. All he had to do was just...
Even with a slight size differential, Everett leads up. Shaw's taking too long. Lowe leads up. He's 70 metres from goal, Shaw. Lockett leads now. The left foot pass, beautiful. Oh, that in the end. Now this kid, I've told you before, needs to build a great club, Damon Shaw. I'm a huge rap for the redhead. 40 metres out, Lockett. Important kick here in the context of this game, and he squeezed it home right on the bell.
Not good at the stage. The Swans lead by 22 points, 9-7, 61 to 6.
very well up there. He's kicked 4 goals and Pike has kicked 2. But in that second quarter, the teams are playing better into the breeze. Footscray kicked 4 goals, 5. Grant missed 3 from 30 metres. And really, Footscray should have been in front. The other thing too, there's been 21-9, 21 free kicks to Melbourne, to Footscray to 9 to Melbourne. Umpiring is atrocious.
And a big advantage here to St Kilda in the free kick department too.
The umpiring. Your half-time score again, mate?
Footscray trailing by 6 points. 9-2, 56 Melbourne. Footscray 7-8, 50.
Thank you very much. This is 3RW Football.
I've just been to the Home Hardware Father's Day sale and I found the perfect gift. It's the new Australian Home Handyman Manual. It's only $29.95, yet it's got over 400 pages of projects, tools, materials and a home safety section. It's so thick. It'll help Dad get started on all those jobs he's been avoiding. Don't miss the new Australian Home Handyman Manual and hundreds of Father's Day bargains at Home Hardware. Oh, Dad.
You need this week's Sunday Herald Sun for your chance to win a BMW 318i. You need it to get the extra token in case you missed one during the week. It's gold all the way. Get your own free medallion to commemorate the Aussie Gold Rush in the Commonwealth Games. And every reader can get a delicious heaven-on-a-stick ice cream absolutely free. Plus, don't miss our fantastic Lion King lift-out with the chance to win some fabulous prizes. All in this week's Sunday Herald Sun.
What better gift for Father's Day than a bottle of Scotland's best, the inviting character of Chivas Regal Scotch whisky for just $38.99 a bottle, or enjoy the soft, rounded flavours brought on by oak cask maturity in McWilliam's Hanwood Port for just $10.99 a bottle.
Harry's Liquor Stores. Higher standards, lower prices, always. Harry's Liquor Stores. Wanturna, Fountain Gate, The Glen, Baldwin, East Keilor, Heidelberg, Croydon, Cranbourne, Shepparton, and now at Forest Hill Chase in Canterbury Road.
G'day, Frank. I didn't expect to see big business on a Saturday afternoon.
Oh, you know how it is. Look, I've got a problem.
Yeah?
We've got a pitch on Monday and I need folders, dividers, pens, photocopy paper, even a whiteboard.
Hang on. Don't worry.
But it's Saturday. Where am I going to...
Office Works.
The place you go to?
Yeah, they're open tomorrow until 5 o'clock.
Boy, I wish our wholesaler worked the hours Office Works do.
Well, I guess small business can still teach big business a thing or two.
Office Works, the new office supply superstore, open tomorrow at 566 Bridge Road, Richmond.
Oh, no, these teeth. Open wide. And who's going to win?
And the resultant free kick will go to Shanahan in the back pocket in the first 20 seconds of play. Shanahan from outside 50 now. The football, it went out towards Videovic. He got it on towards Harvey. And Bowie's kick is the worst I have seen. I've seen many kicks, particularly drop kicks, but that is the worst of the lot. And go to the bottom of the class. That was shocking. And here comes Buckley in a beautifully measured kick. Straight into the arms of Brown. The Collingwood captain turns around. McCartney will be sandwiched. Boom! Crash opera. Over the top, out the back was the football. Came out towards Russell. Russell went around. Beautiful tackle by Peckett. But it came off the back line for Devonport to hand pass it out towards Frawley.
And that was good play because Frawley was able to run onto the footy and drive toward the centre where Winmar bodies out Sharkey. Ball bounces past both. Monkhurst and Bowie attack it. Good courage, Bowie. Drew the mistake from Damien Monkhurst and Shaw took the crumbs, went long. Lockett's got it. One-on-one against Pert. You'd back him almost every single time. Absolutely nothing against Gary Pert, but just the logic of the weight and the size and the strength. And Lockett's 35 metres out. Here's Sam Newman with some thoughts and also a description of the kick.
Sorry, I didn't have a chance in the 2.5 hours before we went on air to give a preview of the game, or just before we came back at half time to tell you what I thought of the game. But Lockett has played terrifically man for man on Pert. I said Pert has done some good things away from Lockett, but Lockett now is only St Kilda's hope as he comes in to kick this ball for his 4th goal, just 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter, and he's kicked it, so there's his 4th goal, and Tony Lockett stands between Collingwood and the finals. And I think that what has happened is that they've jumped out beautifully, but I was going to say, even before that kick, and I'll still say it, I don't think St Kilda will win the game. I reckon Collingwood will grind St Kilda down before this game's out, and I expect people like certainly Nathan Buckley and Tony Shaw and Mick McGuan and Gavin Brown to really lift and make sure that Collingwood get into the finals, but take nothing away from St Kilda. They're 2nd last or 3rd last. They're 3rd last, and they're playing beautifully.
And they lead by 15 points on the Synovus Vitamin scoreboard. Out of the centre again. Stacks on the mill, and the umpire will go in, Jeff Caulfield, and take the bounce. Gary Bryce says the proceedings started again in the 3rd quarter at Kilda Park.
1 minute into the 3rd quarter, Rex. Still a 21-point lead to Sydney, who are 9-7-61, leading Geelong 6-4-40.
Knocked on by Monkhorst, knocked on beautifully by Williams, out to Buckley. Here comes McCartney. Took a beautiful mark on the 50-metre line on the right half-forward flank at the main scoreboard end. Turned on a sixpence, went back, points like a policeman. Now goes forward and back, now goes long with a kick that spears through the atmosphere towards Houghton. He's up, but so too Buckley. Buckley runs by the cape and kicks a point. Does he know it will be Anderson who took it on the last line of defence? He hand passes it back, gets it back towards Hollow, and Hollow kicks it out towards Burke. They talk about Burke. They went by the cape with Wilson Burke, whatever his name is.
Yes, they sure did, and they won't concede a point. But now Bowie's running out of defence. This is good play. Big long hand pass to Harvey. Bowie from half-back got it to Harvey on the outer wing, and he chips in looking for Damon Shaw, who got in front. Couldn't take the mark. Gets the hand pass working inside for Bardsley. Been busy today. Hand passes backwards. Lands with Big Vidovic. Big long kick down for Lockett. Got Monkhorst to beat. Couldn't beat him. Monkhorst thumped it away. Hand pass out of Collingwood's defence. Really going nowhere. O'Brien grabs it on the boundary. Hand passes inside to Shaw. He's got to look at him from 40, but the kick's a shocker. Straight up, straight down. Mark to St Kilda, almost to Bardsley. Wouldn't have gone the required 10 anyway. And now we've got a ball up 40 metres from the St Kilda goal.
They are so desperate to have Monkhorst down there. They are preoccupied with making sure Lockett is not the thorn in their side. And I tell you what, they're playing terrific football, St Kilda, and they're really going to have to be on their mettle, Collingwood.
So at the bounce, they've got to get it away from here. They won't want us to concede another goal. And Francis does it well. The hand pass sideways to Purdue, runs off Lockett, and from back pocket member's side, finds Shane Watson, who took a very heavy knock in the 2nd quarter. Now he can run. 2 bounces. Down the members' wing he comes down to that main scoreboard end. The kick almost floated out in the full, but in the end, Houghton took a nice mark in front of Hollow. So Houghton 70 from goal. Right out on the boundary. McCartney leads now. Ignored by Houghton. So now the chip pass comes in. It's off Houghton's hands, and it'll be thumped over the boundary line. No, bounces just inside. Now it's over, and we've got a throw in.
The Galloping Gourmet down at Kilda Park.
A goal each in this quarter sees the Sydney Swans still lead by 20 points. They're 10-7-67, Geelong 7-5-47.
Left half forward flank for the Saints. Or Collingwood, I should say, going towards the big scoreboard on. Brown gets it. Hand pass it over the top to Hassel. Hassel has kicked a goal. Oh, what a good goal, John Hassel. That was just an absolute rip snorter as he threaded the 2 big ones from left to half forward. And Collingwood to 5-7-37. Back within 9 points of St Kilda, 7-4-46. And Hassel's goal was an absolute ripper. Okay, KB, anything happening at Optus Oval?
Both sides out on the ground, Rex, and at half-time just repeating the score. Carlton lead by 57 points, 13-3-81 to Richmond's 3-6-24.
Ball back in the centre, it's thrown up in the air by the umpire there. That was Rowan Saws, and here comes Collingwood again. Hassel to Buckley, got a hand pass out towards Woods. Woods backhand hand pass, got it to Brown on the defensive side of the right wing position, kicked it out towards Buckley, and Buckley took a beautiful mark right adjacent to that magnificent Qantas airline sign across the other side there, Shane. And look at that red and white colour shine in the afternoon sunlight.
Yes, I can see nods all around the members' stand here, Rex. They're noticing it too as that ball goes down toward half forward. Anderson gets the hand pass working to Harvey, now to Vidovic, coming across half back to Saints. They're working at a defence beautifully again. They've done that all day. Look at the shepherding work there of Pekin. In the end, they're just getting a little bit caught up here. Bardsley, now Peckett, Devonport. They've carried it almost to the centre. A lot of possessions. In the end, Vidovic decides to kick. He kicks it way up in the air. And in the end, O'Brien. No, he's going to play the man in front, Watson. O'Brien nearly stole that, but Watson did have front stalls, and you'd probably be fair to pay it. He goes wide to a linking Pert, who's run off Lockett again, but he's way out near the boundary line on a half-back flank outer side. He chips along that outer wing. Here's a good battle. Up in front, Houghton of Hollow. Houghton wins it just inside the boundary line. Looks for a very quiet Kelly, and it's wobbled over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Now, I reckon you'll find the turning point in this game will be that terrific goal Hassel just kicked when Hollow pushed him off the ball, and he still managed to kick the goal to get them to within 9 points. That will be the turning point.
Knocked out by Vidovic. It came out to Francis. Francis played on and got the hand pass out. Here comes Hassel again. Kicked it down towards the right half forward line. Buckley. A bit of class there as Buckley marks over the top of Frawley. He's outside 50, too far out to score. He waits for McCartney. McCartney comes now and he's up. Play on to the umpire as Shanahan punched the air. That was all. Harvey hand passed to himself. Beautiful play, Harvey. Hand passed in the square to Anderson. Anderson hand passed to Nathan Burke. They've come across the other side and Burke off the half-back line to Vidovic. Here comes St Kilda now. They're doing very, very well. The St Kilda side who lead 46-37.
St Ova's Vitamins bring you the third quarter action. Ball chipped across to the centre to Damon Shaw. Too easy for Krasiska to spoil. Taken by Houghton. Good hand pass to Hassel. Now Sharkey. Kick a goal, young Paul. He runs to 50. He goes for home. And he kicks pretty disappointingly. It bounces just inside the line and over for a throw-in.
A galloping gourmet, Gary Bryce at Cardinia Park. Geelong are in shock.
Well, Geelong are back in town. Ablett kicking his second, and now they trail only by 13 points, Geelong. Sydney Swans 10-7-67. Geelong 8-6-54.
Deep into attack for Collingwood. Spinning back into play. The football in the arms now of Peckett of St Kilda. Got it out further upfield, and Hollow brings it off the back line. Head towards the wing position. Damon Shaw punched away by Cross-Escar. Mighty McMahon joins in with Damon Shaw. Damon Shaw over the top. Persistent offensive. And the football went over the boundary line and out of bounds. KB, Carlton and Richmond at Optus Oval.
Well, the Blues have started with a goal in the first minute of play. So the Blues lead by 63 points. Kicked by Kernhan. He's booted 3. 14 goals, 387. Carlton. Richmond 3-6-24.
The ball on its circumvolution back into the stadium. Knocked out Vidovic. Went down to Devonport to centre wing. And Grant outplayed there by Tony Woods. Tony Woods now splits the centre and goes over the head of Winmar. Here comes Brown. Winmar on his hands. So too Pegan, but Brown got a hand pass across to Al Capone. Watson got it inboard to Shaw. Shaw wobbling away. Got the lead down there from McCartney. And a beautiful spearing kick into the McCartney boy. He kicked it on further afield and it's marked over there by young Sharkey. Sharkey's got a player on his own and he comes forward and it's marked by Russell. You would think at point blank range for Collingwood, clawing their way back, and they'll be back within 3 points if Russell can split the whisker from 35 metres out.
Well, he made that kick look good, Russell, from Sharkey, and Nicky Winmar. That's the third time this quarter that he's been loose on Sharkey, so I presume he's still playing on him, having just made that statement, but he was playing on him in the first half, and Sharkey done some damage for Collingwood so far this quarter.
So Russell 50, 45, 43 and a third metres has missed this goal to the right. 5-8-38, Collingwood trails St Kilda 7-4-46. St Nova's Vitamin scoreboard, the Galloping Gourmet, Geelong and Sydney.
Sydney in front by 1 point, 10-7-67. Geelong 10-6-66.
And Sam Newman celebrating in the box here. They won't have to disband.
Don't get too excited yet, Sam. It's still Geelong.
All right, so at the kick out, Hollow's marked, Shanahan, in the back pocket. Oh, they're coming right back from outer side across here to member side, and Peckett has made it tough here. But Nathan Burke, and he's fallen over as he was going to mark. Francis comes across, puts on the pressure, but it's wobbled over the boundary line, 70 metres from the Collingwood goal, members side.
You know, it's Greaves wearing those rubbers. He's playing safe football, but it wasn't safe because Collingwood nearly got the football and the umpire just hurls it back. Magnificent hurl back it was. Vidovic very, very hard at the football. Now gets a hand pass meant for Anderson. Tapped it on nicely to Burke. Burke has been just a great player to wing position Grant high. Bardsley knocked it on to Grant. Grant got it on Devonport. Slow off the boot, went in front of Bardsley, can run at it. Here comes Kelly. Bang, he came through. Rock of Gibraltar. Hand pass for the solace of the boundary line. And the football went over the boundary line.
And out of play, and it is 12 minutes, third quarter, still the Saints by 8 points.
And I admire Pert's courage, because he's left Lockett, I reckon, 70 metres to follow that play up there. Lockett just standing in the square. If the ball had bounced differently, St Kilda would have been absolutely certain, of course, kicking a goal.
Plugger's got 4 of the Saints 7. They're 7-4-46 in a low-scoring affair. Collingwood 5-8-38 at the throw-in. Harvey grabs it, kicks down toward the forward pocket, but the ball's wobbled over for a throw-in again. Now it's only 35 metres around from the St Kilda goals, painting the picture under blue, beautiful sunny skies here. The umpire brings it back into the stadium right now. There's the throw-in, and well done, Lowe. Got the body in front of Monkhurst, got the tap down. Good work, Damon Shaw, to fish out a hand pass to Harvey, who gave it to Burke from the boundary line. Oh, goodness gracious! Oh, that is one hell of a goal from Nathan Burke. You would not have backed him in a million years to kick that right foot from right on the boundary, and St Kilda stretches its lead to 14 points. 8-4-52 to 5-8-38 on the St Overs Vitamin scoreboard.
How's the free kicks going, Bondi? Collingwood and St Kilda.
Well, at half-time it was 16-6, and this quarter already it's 1 more to the Magpies. So it's 17-6.
Ball back in the centre. Here comes St Kilda again. O'Brien out of the centre, kicked it inside 50. Bowie marked it. Played on. He said play on. It was touch off the boot. Burke will mark it. Burke will mark it. No! Beautiful play, Kerrison. Oh, Collingwood's guts is in there. Winmar's there. He kicks it in towards Lockett! And Lockett has marked it within 38 metres of goal on a 45-degree angle. Adjacent again to that Qantas airline sign that is all over the place.
It is, too, you're quite right.
Qantas, just fantastic representation, and that lady is really getting a dose. But I tell you what, they're magnificent, Qantas, and so is Lockett, who's booted for.
They're flying us to the Gabba tomorrow, Rex.
The beads of sweat burst from the top of his cranium as he now settles, his arms shining in the afternoon light as the oil glistens on this man Mountain's biceps, and he goes bang!
Yep.
Straight through the eye of a needle. Here comes St Kilda. They're 20 points up, and St Kilda are 9-4-58. Collingwood are 5-8-38. St Overs, Qantas Airlines, Vitamin scoreboard. El Martello, Footscray and Melbourne.
Melbourne by 6 points, 9-2-56. Footscray 7-8-50.
Sam Newman on 3AW.
Never been more certain that Collingwood will win now. That was just the seal of that one, because
all right,
they thought perhaps they mightn't win, but after that this will inspire them to do something.
You've inspired me, Sam, to have a little wager with you. You've been right every time this year. You're due to be wrong. You are on for as much as you want. Winmar out of the centre to Lowe. Yes! He's paid it. He's paid it. You name the amount, Sammy. I reckon I've got to commend you. Every time you've said this year, you've been right. You're due to fall over, and I'm watching this game with you, and I reckon St Kilda have got a sniff.
Sniff? They've
20 points up.
Inhaled more of the substance than you could ever believe at this stage.
Now Lowe, with a bit of a breeze at his back down to that small scoreboard, or Western or City end of Waverley, is directly in front, 52 metres out. This is kickable. It's just not going to make the distance. Lockett's jumped over Monkhurst, but Pert was in front of them both and took a good mark.
And hand passed up the back line and got it under Woods, who ran past that Qantas side again with his second bounce. Ran on further and went into the pack and towards the wing position looking for Williams. Williams can't make it, and the ball went over the boundary line and out of bounds. KB, Carlton, Richmond, your score, little man.
The Blues by 70 points, 15 goals, 5.95. The Tigers are 3-7-25.
El Martello, Western Oval.
Scores are level. Footscray 8-8-56. Melbourne 9-2-56.
The natives restless here. The football back on its circumvolution back into the stadium. Knocked out by the big foe there in Houghton. Play and said the umpire, but Houghton will get the free kick. No doubt about it. Gary Bryce down there at Cardinia Park. Corio Bay, Geelong.
15-minute mark. Scores identical. Geelong and Sydney both 10-7-67.
The ball down to the right half forward flank looking for Brown. Over the top, Buckley. Buckley hand pass inboard to Francis. Francis got it back towards Woods. He hand passed at Williams. Williams hand passed to Shaw, wobbling around. 2 bounces, and Shaw has kicked a goal. What a magnificent goal by Shaw. St Kilda 9-4-58. Lead Collingwood 6-8-44. St Overs Vitamin scoreboard.
Well, I said when Shaw came on in the second quarter, or maybe the first quarter, that when things get tough, they bring Tony on just to steady the ship, and he's perhaps done it again. An absolutely vital score for Collingwood, that.
You'd reckon this was an elimination final between two sides who are going for final spots. It's a great game. Bunkhurst thumps down to Buckley. He kicks beyond 50 and Williams is running after it. He's on his way. He's past Hollow. This might be inspirational. He sizes them and he's found. Oh, he almost found Shaw and he couldn't bring down the mark. Ball let off there for St Kilda. Now Devonport's in trouble. He's been robbed of the footy by Shaw. 30 out, Russell in the pocket. And he's missed. Cross the face. Hits the behind post. Out of bounds on the full. Now Collingwood beginning to mount something. It's their season sitting right here in front of them. They've got North next Friday night to finish off. 6-8-44 the Maggies if you've just joined us. 18 minutes third quarter. St Kilda 9-4-58 with the use of a slight breeze in this third quarter. They'd want to be a couple of goals up at the last change.
Hollow outside 50. He's targeted Stuart Lowe now in the ruck off the top of the pack. O'Brien away from the goals. Couldn't control it. Kicked it off the ground. A worm burner. Damon Shaw's pushed in the back. He must be paid advantage there. The hand pass came inboard to Pekin. Now the hand pass outboard adjacent to the quarter sign with Damon Shaw inside 50. Lockett! Magnificent play! He stood his ground. He used his hip magnificently. Stood his ground and just went up and took a magnificent mark. And Lockett is a champion, playing on a champion. And that's why I fly Qantas Airlines, to fly into Melbourne and watch champions play here.
I reckon Qantas will be out of business shortly because I'll be up in court for perjury. And there's nothing wrong with Pert the way he plays, but he just can't compete with Lockett pound for pound. And they've got to get Monkhorst down there.
50, 49, 48. Goal! 6 goals to Lockett! 64. My missus has gone absolute raving mad down there with Judy Anderson. They've gone crazy. Judy Elves, have a look at them. They're all down there. And St Kilda 10-4-64. 20 up on Collingwood. 6-8-44. El Martello out at the Western Oval.
Footscray in front by 2 points. 8-10-58. Melbourne 9-2-56.
And Barrel. Geelong by 7 points, 11-8-74. The Swans 10-7-67.
Any breeze down there, Gary, for Sydney to come home with?
There is, and Geelong have it at the current time. Sydney will have it in the last quarter.
Here's the bounce in the centre. Monkhurst, great tap down, important one to Francis, who goes for Buckley, and he marks in front of Pekin, true centre half forward. Tags taken away now, 80 metres from goal. Chips into the hole for McCartney to run into. Great courage, Winmar. Got the body across, thumped it away from the leading McCartney, would have marked it. And it's over for a throw-in, Sam, 30 metres from the Collingwood goal under the main scoreboard.
Well, they got a very definite plan. They kick it out to McCartney, and St Kilda have twigged. They're dropping a man, and Winmar was the man, then put his body on the line and just cut the pass off.
Here's the throw-in. Oh, and hot and nice palm down. Francis emerges. Right foot snap, but he's under enormous pressure. It's gone hellishly high and floated out of bounds on the full. Look, they've kicked 6 in 2.5 quarters. You've got to start wondering if they can buy enough goals to win this game. They're nearly 4 down.
Absolutely, Shane. I am wondering whether they can do it, but I've got a feeling they might.
All right, Shanahan brings it back into play. Vidovic goes up. So does Monkhurst at 60 metres from Collingwood's goal. Williams is trying to lift. He's out near the boundary. Big, long, searching right footer. Hoping for McCartney. Shanahan outbodies him and is able to force it over the boundary line for a throw-in. 20 metres around now from the Collingwood goal.
KB out at Assassination Park.
Yes, Carlton. 77 in points in front. 16-6, 102. The Tigers are 3-7-25.
It is a leather holocaust at Carlton as the football comes spinning back into play. Video Vic grabbed it. Oh, Harvey went through without the football. How's Harvey going today there, Graham Bond?
Well, Vic's coming in for his 7th kick and 14 hand passes.
And here's a kick, and it's a beauty to Hollow. And Hollow has marked it. Now the log off the half-back line. Oh, he's put Devonport under pressure. Here comes Brown, tapped it away, and it went over the boundary line and out of bounds, Sammy.
Now, Frawley's been given an unusual role today. He's tagging Brown, so he's ruck-roving all over the ground, a role I don't think Danny would have been used to for many years.
He looks like he's puffing a bit down there too, because he wouldn't do this much running in a normal game.
So the football nearly on its circumvolution. Now it comes spinning back into play, knocked out by Videovic. It came down to Bardsley. That's a junior giraffe kick. Krasiska versus Damon Shaw. Damon Shaw punched it, picked up the crumb, kicked it left half forward. Pert now on low, and Pert's gone deliberate. Now that is just... Now who did he tap it to? The bloke eating a pie? Now, no, I won't start saying, because if it was Collingwood, I would have said the same thing. That is deliberately out of play, and they're not consistent.
You're exactly right, and here's Bondi to corroborate your evidence with the free kick stats in this game.
Yes, Rex, 17-18 now to 7 in favour of the Maggies.
It's on St Kilda's attacking 50. Bowie hand passes to Shaw, misses the target, as he often does with his foot skills, but it's wobbled out to Everett. He's broken a tackle. Winmark could have got it on the edge of the square, but Kelly came through and beat him for it. Great play. Gives it to Sharkey. 2 bounces from the boy from Sandhurst. He's almost run too far. He did. He ran too far. Inexperience there from young Paul Sharkey.
Shane, some say Craig Kelly is a bit full of huff and puff, but he's going to have that tested right now because he's on Tony Lockett.
And Kelly has given away a 50 to O'Brien. This will be a goal to St Kilda. This will put them 26 points up, approaching three-quarter time. This could be the boil-over of the round and one of the season. It's not over yet, no way. I agree with Sam. Collingwood will storm home and win the game. We know that because Sam says so. And O'Brien goes bang! And the little snapper fisherman from the Mornington Angling Club has just kicked it out of the ground. And St Kilda to 11 goals, scored 70.
50th goal too, Rex. 50 goals to Craig O'Brien.
And that's why St Kilda are nearly on the bottom, because O'Brien's kicked all their goals while Plugger's been up in the stand with us.
And you reckon some conversations going on between Plugger, Craig Kelly and Damien Monkhorst down there in the square, and just keep your eye on Plugger and Craig Kelly, because this game might see both of them finish in the stands.
They both could get life in this game.
We should just explain too, O'Brien actually took a mark from the free kick against Sharkey there in that last passage, and Kelly collected him just as he grabbed it. That was the reason for the 50, and O'Brien's had a pretty fair game, Bondi.
Yes, Shane, Craig O'Brien, 9 kicks, 2 hand passes as Bowie clears from the centre.
And looks down for low at half forward. He can't mark. Who's down? Krasiska playing a steady game in defence this quarter, wobbles it out to the boundary. Look, I've got to say it, Collingwood supporters, listening all the way around Australia, the club with the biggest following in the country, your side to me does not look capable, one, of making up the 26 points, and 2, just kicking enough goals to win.
That looks shocking.
They've kicked 6 in nearly 3 quarters. It's 25 minutes gone. Look, they might come home. Sam might be right, but at the moment, if you're reading the game, my reading anyway, is they are in hellish trouble. At the throw-in, Francis tries to barge his way through. Now Harvey and Burke tackle, stopped him.
That umpire is going to get paid tonight for umpiring this game. And I'm not allowed to give an opinion. Well, I'll give an opinion. He should be sacked. Oh, that is disgraceful, Shane. Even you could see that.
Oh, rubbish. Francis tried to barge through. He was tackled well. Good decision, ball up. Harvey trapped in a tackle by Butcher. Went to Hassel. He chips forward to Houghton. Houghton's running forward of centre and is going to go long.
Here comes McCartney. And the Beetle came out and took the mark. McCartney on the left half forward flank. El Martello at Western Oval.
By 20 points.
Who?
Footscray leading by 20 points.
Footscray by 20?
Yes.
You said it was all over at half-time.
Oh, rubbish.
Thank you very much. I put it out last night as McCartney from 47 metres has kicked a behind. 6-9-45, the carrying bush, St Kilda 11-4-70. Have they got a sniff? And you know, when you get a sniff, anything can happen. Gary Bryce, Geelong and Sydney.
I know it only too well. At the 25-minute mark, it's a 25-point lead to Geelong. Ablett has 4. Geelong 14-9-93. Sydney Swans 10-7-67.
Swab them.
That is an absolutely shocking kick by McCartney. Didn't even spin properly for a full forward. I mean, they've got to kick those goals if they're going to be around in September.
6-8 to 11-4 is the score. Now, they were 6-8 a minute ago. They haven't... that was a point, wasn't it, Bondi, to McCartney a moment ago?
Yes, a point to Jason McCartney.
Oh, they've changed it now. Well done, scoreboard. 6-9-45 to 11-4-70. They're just flashing up across the bottom. 3AW number 1 for football. Thanks indeed for that. 70 metres from goal here as the umpire brings it back into play at Everett. Doing a good job. Look at Harvey having a magnificent game. Runs off the back of the square. Kicks on left foot looking for Shaw. Krasiska will have the height. Shaw in front, able to bring the ball to the ground. He's done that well this quarter.
Now, Shane.
And a ball up.
Sam will agree. Can you see the young kids lift under the inspirational play of the senior players, Sam? These are kids, you see, because Harvey, Lockett, Lowe, Winmar having a go. The kids are back in, knocked out by Monkhorst. It went to Stuart Lowe. High kick, left half forward flank. Damon Shaw put his guts on the line. It came out Bardsley. Look at him go. But Collingwood to the fore. Kicked up by Leberg. It went out of Lockett! Oh, Jesus! And gee whiz, sorry!
I don't know.
How did he get it?
What a mark.
That was just unbelievable stuff. Pharaoh the magician could not have done that. Gee, Plugger, you are inspirational. And Robert Hession gets up my skirt by saying you have a go at him when he's out. We have a right to see these champions, and this man is a true champion.
Well, Craig Kelly very, very annoyed at that mark being paid. I actually thought that was a mark. Just looking at it, I reckon he got that. But don't blame Kelly for that. You can't get any closer to Plugger unless you're in back of him.
They won't like this, the Carringbush, because one of the most accurate kicks in the game has got it under pressure within the sails of three-quarter time. He's got 6. He lines it up. I reckon he's missed it.
Oh, no.
No, he's missed it. And they breathe again. The Collingwood players and supporters just address your checks to Rex Hunt's Fishing World. At Post Office Box 421 Mentone, I can put them off. I put my wife off 24 years ago. 11-5-71 St Kilda to Collingwood 6-9-45 and Collingwood away.
And Tony Shaw besieged at the kick out, but just got it across to Francis. Halfback flank member side to the captain Brown. What are his stats, Bondi, for forward care?
Kevin Brown just took his 3rd mark. 5 kicks and 8 hand passes.
And as he fell over, his left foot met Danny Frawley's head there, just to let Danny know that he was around. They've had a great battle, the two captains. Down the wing goes Brown, looks for Houghton. Has the first hand pass intercepted by Peckett. He can't break away from Peckett. In the end, the hand pass goes straight to Bowie. Good work, St Kilda. Their pressure is bringing Collingwood mistakes. Along the wing, Stuart Lowe on the siren. Have a shot there, yelling. Les Eisner's walked across to the Optical City side. He's taking it down. He's taking the Optical City sign down in disgust because he knows now Collingwood's finals chances might be gone here. Lowe will not have a shot from the members' wing 100 metres out. But it is three-quarter time. And St Kilda, you've got to say it now, are looking very, very close to winners. 11-5-71. Collingwood will come.
Foster Special. It's Viv's favourite beer. Isn't it, Vivian?
Cheers.
Cheers.
After hours of training, your muscles turn to water. And the water feels like sand. Sure, it hurts. But not as much as losing.
Magnum. It's bliss.
I'm in a world of my own.
Pure luxury. That first bite. Oh, the chocolate cracks. My heart melts.
I have to have one now.
Nothing compares to Magnum. Perfection.
Ecstasy. Passionate.
Yeah, I'm hooked. It's all mine.
Sure, my last kick was a goal.
Sharon A-grade football, $79. Seacombe sponsored footy jumpers, $69. ISC AFL t-shirts, $25.
Oh, I love your new car.
Yeah, it's a beauty, isn't it? At Delta, you can rent a brand new car from only $39 a day. Delta have the most popular, latest models, and we guarantee you the best rates in town.
Well, I'm glad you finally got rid of that rotten old bomb.
Yeah. Delta, the Australian rental company. Brand new cars from only $39 a day. We have a branch near you. Call 1390 direct to any of our 40 branches.
Delicious, nutritious Sweethearts Naval Oranges are being really good sports by giving away one AFL Kids footy ticket in every 3 kilogram bag. So take your Sweethearts to the footy for free. Plus you'll score the chance to win 4 tickets to the AFL Grand Final.
Right here, right now, what's going to happen?
They're in desperate trouble, but I take issue with Rex about St Kilda playing kids. I reckon Collingwood's a younger side than St Kilda, and
more and less experienced too, Sam.
But they're right up against it now. Their season right here in this next 25 minutes of football, because they've got to beat North Melbourne next week if they want to be around in September. And I said that they will win the game, but I tell you what, they'll have to pull something miraculous out here. There's got to have about 6 or 7 real key players lift, because as Shane said, they've kicked 6 goals in 3 quarters of football, and they've got to almost kick 6 to win.
Al Martello, have you got a 3-quarter time score at Western Oval?
No, still going here, Shane. We're at the 25-minute mark. Footscray by 25 points. 12-10-82, Melbourne 9-3-57.
Are you there, Al?
Yes,
You're doing a great job, mate. You're doing a great job. Keep us up date there. You two, Gary and KB and Dakes. We'll be back to them shortly, but here comes Collingwood. They're going to be the professionals and hard to beat as McWan went forward. Pekin claimed the mark, no mark. It went off the hollow on the right half back flank out towards the Qantas side again on the wing position. Over the top, Hassel. He couldn't get a hand pass going over the top. Grant with Brown, and the umpire crosses himself. And on the Makita and Home Hardware scoreboard, St Kilda 11, 571, Collingwood 6, 9, 45. And what are you saying to me, kid? Take it away, son.
I'm just saying this is going to be fantastic, Rexy, this last quarter. We're going to bring it to you exclusively right around Australia. Right here is Francis. They need him to work hard. Off to Buckley. He tried to beat the field, tackled. Saint supporters don't get the free kick they thought they earned. In the end, Brown's going to get one, which was there for a push in the back. Gavin Brown stats Bondi for Ford Care.
Gavin Brown, Shane, coming in for his 7th kick, 8 handball.
And a beautifully weighted kick looking down here for a quiet Houlihan. He couldn't mark. McWan's grabbed it. They've all run away from him, so he decides to hand pass, but it was a shocker. He was under pressure, which he really invented himself, and Winmar in the end is able to clear pretty comfortably. Out here towards Stewie Lowe, who grabs it just inside the boundary line. On the members' wing, Pert waits to see what Lowe's going to do. He just hand passes to Winmar, who chips a high one for Burke, who couldn't mark, but in the end Pert interfered, and Nathan Burke has got the free kick right here on members' wing.
He's on the left wing position from the shadows, remains in the shadows, has got Harvey, spears his bread basket. Here comes Lockett, it won't reach him. Watson is desperate, kicked off the ground by Bowie. Look at his spin for O'Brien, goal! No, he's missed it! He's missed it! He's missed it, hit the post! And
you couldn't believe
that. That's like Sam having a good sort in the car and driving off the road and hitting the pole. Couldn't happen, but it did.
And it was the point post, not the goal post. It was a shocking kick. Monkhurst taps down. Free kick to Big Damien. What are his stats, Graham, for forward care?
Yeah, Damien Monkhorst, a great game. He's coming in now for his 6th kick. 7 handball, 8 hit-outs.
Finds Gary Pert in the back pocket. Members' side, still in the sunshine. Shadows just beginning to permeate across about a third of the ground here. He chips inboard to centre half back where Krasiska's made good ground. He hand passes to Francis at the back of the square. Suddenly the game opens up a bit for the Maggies. Look at Winmar chase, but Francis put the accelerator down and drove long looking for Houlihan. Get in front, son. That's what the Collingwood supporters are saying. You won't beat Danny Frawley from the back. And the St Kilda captain took the mark at true centre half back. Carlton's got Richmond stitched up. Geelong 4 goals up, but Sydney coming home with the breeze, and Footscray up by about 4 over Melbourne. But the Demons coming home with the breeze. We'll keep you posted. And it's a good game here. 71 the Saints, 45 the Magpies, as Peckett runs out of defence and kicks wide and finds Damon Shaw on that outer wing position.
Okay, El Martello, you got a 3/4 time score yet?
No, 27-minute mark, Rex, and Footscray by 26 points, 12-11-83, Melbourne 9-3-57.
The mark by Stuart Lowe, right half forward flank. Hand passes across to Bardsley. Bardsley goes high, but Kelly goes up and takes a beautiful mark with the gloves. Hand passes to Woods of Collingwood. Woods hand passes to Al Capone, and Shane Watson runs out. He puts it down. He kicks it outside 50 and nearly to the wing position. Williams versus Anderson. Anderson nearly got a quick kick, fresh air shot. Here come Collingwood. Williams rebound will make them pay one bounce. Here comes Houlihan. Bang into his bread basket. It was beautiful play. Look at Williams now. He'll just put it over the top, Houlihan to Williams, and Williams will run in and kick a goal. And that just was going to happen. You just wouldn't stop, Shane. You just had to go, goal. It was just a matter of when he was going to put them out of their misery. But Collingwood is 7-9-51. Back within 20 points now of St Kilda. 11-5-71. KB at Assassination Park.
Well, the Blues are leading now by 89 points. 20 goals, 8, 128. The Tigers are 5-9-39.
And El Martello at Western Oval.
Footscray by 27 points at 3/4 time. Siren goes. Footscray 12-12-84. Melbourne 9-3-57.
Thank you very much, Carrie Price.
Lewis gets the first goal for the Swans of the last quarter. They trail by 20 points, the Swans. Geelong 14-10-94. Sydney 11-8-74.
Only 20 points in it. Houghton wins it out of the centre. Gives it to Buckley. Listen to the crowd lift. He runs inside 50 and kicked it. He's kicked it as Nathan Buckley. And he puts the high fives up for Paul Williams. And Collingwood's kicked 2 in a minute. And here is Sam Newman.
I tell you who has been sensational. Damien Monkhorst, because they've thrown the ball up and it's been almost an unfair advantage to Monkhorst because he knows where the ball's going to go, so he gets there early. He's jumped into Vidovic and whoever every other time that the ball's been bounced, and that's why you bounce the ball, so you don't have a premeditated run at it.
Well, he certainly got that, and he wins it again beautifully, but here comes St Kilda. Nathan Burke grabbed it, kicked it across to the right half-forward line. Krasiska! What a beautiful mark and a free kick, Krasiska. And passes off, gets it to Pert. That is just soft. But Williams has marked it at the centre of the ground. Makita scoreboard shows St Kilda 14 points in front. St Kilda 11-5-71 and Collingwood are 8-9-57. Monkhorst hand pass to Williams. Williams has got a long ball going. Have a look at McCartney. The crumbs are there. Here come Collingwood. St Kilda there, but Williams is there. Can he come around and kick a goal? No, over the top. Houghton planted the umpire, and he's now going to cross himself. This is going to be a real woofer valvorama, and I reckon I could blow my woofer valve here today.
Well, make sure you go out of the box when you do it.
Starting to warm up Sam. And a coin of phrase you'd know all about Sam. It's coming to a big climax as the football goes down. Knocked out, it went out to Shanahan. He came off the half-back line, make that hollow Bundy. And Winmar comes out. The year of the Aborigine a couple of years ago. Winmar out of Victoria Park, ordering 2 pies and 1 with sauce. And Winmar on the left half-back flank has Mark Kenny.
Yes, he's still inside defensive 50. Saints by 14. 11-5, 71 to 8-9, 57. Kicking into a slight breeze. Winmar's taking a long time. The umpires warned him. Didn't get a real good lead. Now gets something from Lowe. Pert's able to make sure Lowe doesn't mark. Ball hits the ground. Monkhurst goes in, doing the little man's work. Ferrets the ball out to Francis. Great play, Monkhurst. Francis on left foot down to attacking 50. Houghton, Houlihan, no one can mark. Brown can't take crumbs. In goes Grant, looks a bit tired. Parries it across to Nathan Burke, who wobbles one down the centre wing. Kerrison and Bardsley. Kerrison won the battle too easily. Hand pass to Pert. He'll drive very, very long.
And it's a long kick, Winmar. Bang.
They're in plenty of trouble on their half-forward line. Collingwood, they got no one.
Towards Shanahan, and Shanahan off the back line. It's a wobbling kick. Devonport should mark in the sunshine. Does in front of Hassel. He picks it up, Winmar, but he wasn't behind the mark. That is why he had to go back, folks, at the ground. He was not behind the mark. Devonport now stands and delivers in the centre of the ground. The lead comes down. It went over the top there for Thornborough. He couldn't take it. The hand pass went out to Francis from Woods. Francis launches inside 50. McCartney punched away by Shanahan. It came down to Williams. It's on the half-forward line for Collingwood. To McGuan. Goal of the day. Conchonophilin goal of the day. Absolutely magnificent goal by McGuan. Collingwood on fire here at Waverley Park. Now they're within 8 points. That was a magnificent goal to McGuan. If you'd ever want anybody next door to you in a war, give me McGuan. And my woofer valve is gone. St Kilda 11-5, 71. Collingwood 9-9, 63. Gary Bryce at Geelong.
It's a 15-point lead to Geelong, 14-11, 95. Sydney at 12-8, 80.
And there's the ball up. Big pack develops again. KB, got time for you for Harry's Liquor Markets.
Well, it's three-quarter time, Shane, and the Blues lead by 89 points. A magnificent display of football. The Blues 20 goals, 8-1, 28. Richmond 5-9, 39.
Collingwood supporters all the way around Australia. Here lies your season. In the next 20 minutes, leave it right here. They're coming home like a train. Brown, McGuan bury themselves. McGuan got the shove and he'll get the free. What does that make the free kick stats, Graham Bond?
That gives us 21 to 9, 10, 21 to 11 in favour of the Maggies.
McGuan's played on, finds Kerrison right in the centre. Kerrison now drives long, down into the forward line. Houghton's up, just couldn't take the mark. Good play, Frawley. Gives it to Hollow, he'll be under pressure. Chip short to Harvey. Harvey's going to be under pressure, but he's got it. Half-back flank. Oh, terrific. Broke out of a Williams and a Kerrison tackle. Hand passed inside to Peckett. He reaches the centre. Peckett goes long. Where are you, Plugger? Oh, Kelly came out in front. He missed it. He read it beautifully, but he missed the mark. It's taken by Bardsley. He's away. This might be it. Yes, it is. He's kicked the goal, Bardsley. The Saints supporters have gone up and listen to it. Fantastic stuff, Greg, as St Kilda goes to 12-5, 77. 2 to little Bardsley, ex-North Melbourne. Collingwood 9-9, 63, and that's on the Makita and Home Hardware scoreboard.
Sunday AIDS, very ordinary people, tune out now. You haven't heard anything yet. You want some editorials? I'll give you something to write about, because the crowd here are magnificent. 2 sides having a red-hot go, and the ball back in the centre of the ground. Here comes St Kilda. Don't worry about Mrs. Robinson or not tonight, darling. This is a real red-hot go of 2 Melbourne-based clubs that are playing their guts out. And now, Martello, your score at Western Oval.
Starting the last quarter, Melbourne lead, trail by 27 points. Footscray 12-12, 84. Melbourne 9-3, 57.
Knocked out by Monkhorst. Here comes Winmar. The defensive side now, attacking side. Lockett versus Kelly. Lockett nearly got it. He hoiked it out the back. Krasiska versus Bowie, and the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. They want deliberate. The umpire said in your boot, and the football's over. Crowd W. Makita and Home Hardware scoreboard. 11 minutes gone, final term. St Kilda lead 12-5-77, Collingwood 9-9-63. The football, right attacking flank for St Kilda, knocked out towards Lowe on the 50-metre line. He went in front of Pert, put it across the top of his body, but Brown marks, plays on and hand pass to Krasiska. Krasiska off the left half-back flank, goes down towards wing position. Peckett versus Russell and Peckett. Magnificent mark, Kent. Take it away, son.
Yes, Rexy, that was a great mark to the St Kilda 29 against the Collingwood 29. Peckett now looks up to centre half forward. Buckley read it well, took the mark. How many stats Buckley for forward care, Bondi?
16 kicks, 9 hand passes and 7 marks.
He exactly traversed the square from back to front up towards centre half forward. Through came Anderson, couldn't pick it up. Through also came Peckett. Anderson still trying. Dragged down in the tackle. Rebound, McGuan's got it. Hand passes sideways. Great intercept, St Kilda. Thornborough gave it to Devonport, gave it to Burke. All handball, Bondi, and Burke's away. He's run forward of the centre. Lockett's up with Kelly. Kelly read it well. He got in front, and he took a great mark.
And full marks to Craig Kelly, spotting Lockett 20 kilograms. And I tell you what, he's actually put his life on the line playing in front of Lockett, and he's doing a great job on him.
Kelly gave it to Pert. Here comes Bowie. Pert's hand pass, good. Krasiska left half-back flank. A worm burner will hit the Qantas sign. Fair square in the middle of the sign. And Gary Bryce, Geelong at Sydney, down to Corio Bay.
12-minute mark, 21-point lead to Geelong, 15-11-101. Sydney, 12-8-80.
The ball spinning back into play. Knocked out by Moncourse. It'll go out to Devonport in front of Hassel. He's tackled. The umpire said no. God, my glasses from Optical City have got fog on them as the football both Brown. Down towards the wing position, punched away by Thornborough. It came out to Williams. His hand pass, Woods was good. Across to Russell. Russell inside 50. McCartney versus Shanahan. Shanahan punches. Here comes Woods. Hand pass to Williams. Williams kicks a goal. Williams kicks his second goal, and here come the Carringbush again. These blokes won't lay down Collingwood. Neither will the kids of St Kilda. And Collingwood, 10-9-69. Trouts St Kilda, 12-5-77. And it's back to 8 points. What are you pointing at, kid? Albert Mantello at Footscray in Melbourne.
Well, here comes Melbourne with the breeze goal with Swartz. So Footscray lead by 21, 12-12-84. Melbourne 10-3-63.
And Mick McGuan uncharacteristically made a couple of hand passing mistakes which gave St Kilda that last goal, but they're back in touch.
Just over 40,000 here at Waverley have seen one of the clinkers of the season as Peckett gets first possession out of the centre. Two of the stars, Buckley and Harvey, go at it. They might both feature in National Sportsbook votes. Buckley gave it to Brown to Hassel. All handballs, Bondi. Forward of the square. They need McCartney or Houlihan. Shanahan's spoil was great. Williams has roved it. Left foot snap. He's done it again, has he? No, he's gone across the face. He's looking ever so dangerous down there, Williams. Stanley's got to get someone on him.
I'll tell you why he's looking dangerous, Shane, because they've finally worked out that Shanahan is just religiously punching the ball from McCartney, and no one's been down there in front before now.
The Makita and Home Hardware scoreboard at 15 minutes last quarter. 10 minutes for Collingwood to save its season here. Down by 7 points, the Magpies. 10 goals, 10-70. St Kilda, 12-5-77.
Peckett has got Grant Peckett's kick as a horrible mongrel up. And the football went down towards the wing position, and it came out towards Devonport, turned on a sixpence, a horrible kick. Here comes Brown. Oh, great play by Brown. He backed himself, trapped the football, hand pass to Pert, who kicked it inside 50, looking for Houlihan. Williams there. Anderson of St Kilda off the pack, hand passing to Grant. Grant hand passing towards Devonport. He's pulled off the football, and the ball went over the boundary line and out of bounds. Gary Bryce at Corio Bay in Geelong in southern Victoria.
13-minute mark, Geelong lead by 20 points, 15-11-101. The Swans 12-9-81.
Video Vic versus Houghton. Right half forward for Collingwood. Knocked out Video Vic, went to Burke, went to Devonport, who's been great. Have a look at Craig O'Brien versus the lot of them! And he took the mark over Moncourse. Here comes Lockett. He's on his loan, but Winmar should mark. No, he doesn't. Right on his hammer over there will be Sharkey. Winmar grabs it. Hand pass to Lockett. Lockett. crikey! This is just fantastic. Hey, Birmingham, if I die today, it'll be just fantastic to have gone out. This is a great game.
You should have left it there.
It should be a draw.
If you die today, it'll be just fantastic.
Yeah,
It's where you should have stopped.
Yeah, that's good.
And I tell you what, desperate luck for Kelly, who fell over, and that's why Lockett got out in his own.
Oh dear, and the whole crowd stopped them. The game stopped for a short moment. I think a few people thought it might have been a free. Bit of Vic beats Monkhurst in ruck this time. Brown beats Damon short of the loose ball. Through bursts Burkett, still in that centre circle area. They're harassing and hassling. O'Brien throws the body in. Look at Gavin Brown at the bottom of it. It's still in the centre square. Nathan Burke can't get a clearing kick. In there it goes to Bardsley. He's dragged to the ground.
Have a look at this, Shane. The passage of play you called. You've got 42 blokes on the ground, 40 blokes on the ground. How many is it? They are giving their guts.
Oh, are they? What, 36 will try, and Bardsley just forward of the centre will permeate the 50 here. Low. No good. Spoil from Pert. Still on St Kilda's attacking 50. They're in front by 13. Burke takes it, wobbles a little left footer into the pocket. Lockett at full pace, takes the ball. Great tackle, Kelly. Put him under pressure. The kick wobbles back to Lowe, who kicks to an unmarked goal square. Well, no one's marking the goal square, but Krasiska's on his own, and they'll clear to Monkhurst rather easily.
Monkhorst hand pass to Kerrison. Kerrison hand pass to Francis, runs to 50, no one to give it to. He waits for Hassel to run in with a very good kick. Out into the open, Russell versus Packett, and the football will go no close to the boundary line. In fact, over as we go to Kevin Bartlett, Carlton and Richmond, an update.
Well, Carlton lead by 96 points. Brown has just kicked his 6th goal for Carlton. So they're 21 goals, 9, 135. The Tigers 5, 9, 39.
The crowd chants St Kilda. They lead by 13 points. Deep into attack. Here come Collingwood, left half forward flank. It's down towards the goal. The half forward line, I should say, picked up by Winmar. He's gone in towards Hollow. Can't take it. Shanahan can. Shanahan ran away and hand passed it out to Anderson. Anderson speared it down the throat of Harvey, and Harvey's been magnificent.
I know this will sound stupid, but Collingwood must kick unanswered goals, and that'll give them a point lead, and then they'll see if they can save it from there.
Harvey off the half-back line on the outer side, looking for video. Vic Krasiska up, so too Hassel, knocked on by Houghton. Play on, said the umpire. Brought it around his body was Devonport, who's been magnificent, but a great mark by Krasiska against Bowie, and Krasiska will bring it backwards to Monkhorst. Big problems as O'Brien went over the top, runs away from Monkhorst, will it sit for him? O'Brien picks it up. Lockett! And a goal to St Kilda! A goal to St Kilda! And St Kilda, 14 goals, 5, 89. Leading Collingwood 10 goals, 10-70 in an absolute boil-over.
If you ever want a better example of never leaving your man to go and tackle someone else's, Craig Kelly has just fallen for the 3-card trick there. He left Tony Lockett to go out and tackle someone that Damien Monkhorst was trying to come to grips with. That is O'Brien.
It's Craig O'Brien, yep.
And the simple reflex action of the hand pass or the kick goes straight over.
8 goals, 4 to Tony Lockett, Sam.
Well, Tony Lockett 16 points behind Collingwood, but St Kilda is 19 points in front of Collingwood, and Burke wins the first possession. Out of the centre, down toward attacking 50. Good spoil from the back by Kerrison. Look at O'Brien, been terrific today. Did you talk about that? They've given a free kick to O'Brien. Buckley,
so shocking,
has gone berserk, and it just rolled over very insipidly over the boundary line. Should have been a throw in. O'Brien's got the free. Might be good night, Collingwood. 20 minutes gone. Down to 50. Kelly got into Lowe's back. I think Lowe might have staged it. Now it's rolled over, and we've got a throw in.
Big Al Martello at the Western Oval.
10 minutes in, Footscray by 20 points, 12-12, 84. Melbourne 10-4, 64.
Gary Bryce, Cardinia Park.
It's Geelong by 16 points. We're at the 20-minute mark. Geelong are 15-13, 103. Sydney 13-9, 87.
Inside 50 for St Kilda, knocked out by Monkhorst. It came out to O'Brien, who burst the pack. O'Brien has kicked it down towards the goals, but it's a behind. And St Kilda 14 goals, 690. Lead Collingwood 10-10-70. Nearly 21 minutes gone here at Waverley Park. And St Kilda lead by 20 points.
Yeah, I don't think Collingwood can get up. It'd be a great effort to get up from here. They've played an inspired last quarter. They've kicked 4 goals, 1, but the Saints have been able to kick goals at the other end. Horrible muck-up at the kick-out has allowed Devonport to come in. He's robbed of it by Pert. And it's over for a throw-in. Graham Bond, a few forward care stats. What about little Bardsley and also the other little fella, Bowie of St Kilda?
Well, Bardsley's had 5 kicks and Bowie's had 10, but Nathan Burke's had 22 kicks and 7 hand passes. And Robert Harvey, 10 kicks and 18 hand passes.
So those superstars, here's a little snap out of the pack by Collingwood. They're going to come across the face of goal, down toward the forward pocket where Kelly is able to get the ball across to Sharkey. He's in the back pocket, member side, chip short. Now Nathan Buckley, let's see your class. He's got Peake in the beat. He dispossesses that player. Gets it on further afield to Watson, who kicks on right foot along the members' wing here. He'll be hoping for Williams or Houghton. Williams is away. He races away from Anderson and Hollow. Hand passes brilliantly inside. That's Butcher. They're inside 50. Should kick a goal. He has. Yes, just snuck it home. Maybe there's still time. 22 minutes last quarter. Butcher, not long on the ground, kicks his first goal and he's returned to footy after a long time out. And Collingwood 11-10, 76. St Kilda 14-6-90. It's 22 minutes last quarter, and that's on the Makita and Home Hardware scoreboard. Just still a breath of a chance, Sammy.
And I've very rarely seen games this year. In fact, I can't think of a game this year that has been played at this pace and this fanaticism for the whole game, and full credit to both sides. Look, St Kilda obviously, but particularly Collingwood for hanging in there.
Knocked out by Monkhorst. Here come the Woods again. Francis has got it on the wing, hand passing back to Buckley. Buckley spins around, he's under pressure, kicks it inboard, looking for Monkhorst, who marks it directly in the centre of the ground. He hand passes it off to Francis. Francis will kick it to the right half forward flank, looking for Williams. Punched away by Anderson. It came out to Harvey. Harvey's hand pass is thwarted. It came out further afield. Here comes Francis again. Collingwood not done by a mile. Here he is, McGuan. McGuan marks and lines it up. He runs around on the left boot and kicks it. Nothing. But McCartney's in the goal square. But it comes around and it is a goal to Collingwood. A goal to Collingwood. A goal to Collingwood. Kicked by
Woods, Tony Woods.
Number 20. So it is not gone at all.
Well, I tell you what, Rex, Mick McGuan, I reckon, just vaguely lost the plot in the last quarter because he's given a couple of indifferent hand passes. I'm not knocking him, he's a great player, but then he tried to sidestep, do a banana kick which kicked into the man of the mark, and Woods kicked a miraculous goal.
St Kilda lead by 8 points. 24 minutes gone. Knocked out by Videovic. St Kilda got to be desperate. Collingwood the same. Here comes O'Brien, but Collingwood have got it. It can't pass out towards Buckley. Here comes Winmar, working his way through to Lockett. He can't take it, but Damon Shaw did. Off the half back line to Lockett. He went through. Nathan Burke hand passing to Winmar. Here's a go. Stuart Lowe can't get it. Over the top, Damon Shaw. It came across into Bowie. Bowie kicks it to the goal square. Up goes Krasiska. It came out to Bardsley, and it's going to be a ball up in the goal square for St Kilda. This is tough. This is rugged. I've pulled a hamstring, done a groin, and got a broken nose, and I haven't played for 47 years. Al Martello at Footscray and Melbourne.
Footscray looking good there. 26 in front. 13-12-90. Melbourne 10-4-64.
Monkhorst hand passes out of defence. He was hoping for Watson. O'Brien beat him to the footy.
How wouldn't that
hand
be a
passed
free
across
kick?
to Devonport, kicks up into the forward pocket. Collingwood are defending when they need to be attacking. Lowe goes in. Now Bowie, Shaw there as well. Bowie's got it on the boundary, 30 from goal, kicks for the square. All Collingwood. Monkhorst takes the mark, gives it to Sharkey. He runs out toward defensive 50. It is Collingwood down by 8 points.
And runs away from Winmar and gives it to Kelly. The ball now forward of centre wing for Collingwood on the members' side. Shanahan's up, so too. Hollow punched away. Here come the Woods. Grabbed by Russell. Russell kicks it down to the leader, McCartney, who's marked it. McCartney has marked it 40 metres out. The time is 25 and a half minutes.
Just get back and kick it.
And they'll come within 2 points. If McCartney can put this through, if he misses it, it will be lead me to your door. As McCartney lines it up and kicks a shocking kick.
That is disgraceful.
It is out of bounds on the full. They're not home, St Kilda. They're not home yet.
They're home now.
26 minutes have gone and St Kilda quarter of 14.690 to Collingwood 12.10.82. And this is 3AW football.
Around Australia at its best. You're hearing it all the way around Australia here as the kick comes in from St Kilda's hollow. Up toward defensive 50. Collingwood's got to make a very swift foray forward, holding the man. Free kick to Collingwood. It was there. Tony Woods. 70 from goal, out near the outer boundary, centres it. It'll land 40 from goal. Frawley has got over the top of Russell. Free kick to Collingwood. Well, he was probably in good position to mark, but he did reach over Russell's shoulder.
Anyone but McCartney to have a kick at goal at this stage, Shane.
Well, you back Russell. He's a very good kick. What are his stats, Bondi?
Scott Russell coming in for his 10th kick, 8 hand passes. The 2 previous quarters both went 27.5.
That means we've got a minute to go. He's kicked it. He's kicked it. We're nearly 27 minutes now, and it's 2-point lead to St Kilda. A minute to go.
Now, let me tell you something about ruck work, Shane. If ever you need some dominance out of the centre, it's when the game is in the balance with about a minute to go. Now, Monkhorst has been sensational. If he can't get the hit out of this centre area, they're dead. So this is now pressure football for Monkhorst, who in my book has been best on the ground already.
20 dead on our side. On their side, 21. The football raises into the atmosphere, and so does Vidovic. Here comes McGuan of Collingwood. But there's a free kick to Monkhorst in the centre of the ground. The free kicks are going to be absolutely vital. 27.5 minutes have gone. Monkhorst has got a lead out there from Watson. Watson runs to the left half forward. Collingwood are going to bring it inside 50. Over comes Butcher. Woods hand passing out to Butcher. Butcher kicks it down. It's gone out towards Buckley. Bardsley will have to go with Pekin. Pekin hoiks it out, and it's over the boundary line and out of bounds. The Makita and Home Hardware scoreboard. St Kilda 14.690. Collingwood a 13.10.88. This is 3AW football at its best.
Oh, it's a fantastic finish at Waverley. Throw in, and a Houghton beats Vidovic. Collingwood's got to kick a goal, but it's gone back out of bounds again. Sam Newman.
Very surprised that they brought the ball back to Monkhorst for the free kick, because Collingwood were running to goal before they paid that kick in the centre.
St Kilda holding on by 2 points. Collingwood season right here. Thump down goes beyond Collingwood's attacking 50. Out comes Hollow toward the safety of the boundary. He's dispossessed. Woods goes in, and it's over again for a throw-in. It's right on Collingwood's attacking 50 on the outer side in the sunshine.
Here comes Kelly. They should bring all the players up, Collingwood, because it doesn't matter if St Kilda scores. They've got to score.
Knocked out by Monkhorst. Went out further. Here comes Bowie. Look at him come through. He kicked the worm burner, and it's gone over, and it's hit the Qantas Australian sign right in the middle of the guts.
29 minutes, Rex.
29 minutes have gone. 14.690 St Kilda to Collingwood 13.10.88.
There's no one on the back half of the ground at all.
Within 40 metres of the Collingwood goal. Knocked out. It came out towards Anderson, but here comes Buckley. Buckley turns around, and Buckley kicks it towards goal. McCartney over the top, knocked away by Shanahan, and it's over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Oh dear.
It's over the boundary line and out of bounds. I tell you what, I had the old cardiograph yesterday. I got the heart of a 16-year-old, and I got the body of a 90-year-old.
And the brain of a monkey.
And here's the throw-in. 40 metres from Collingwood's goal. Off the footy, a Collingwood player went down. Falls to Russell. It's on Collingwood's attacking 50. It's out here near the boundary. They've got to get a kick into the goal square. But St Kilda, Burke's got it. He runs it outside 50. Gets a push in the back. Nathan Burke's got the free. Saints are in front by 2 points. Siren! Shakes hands with Craig Kelly. Oh, Sam, one of the games of the year. Collingwood played a ripper last week to win by 3 points.